Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello. The laptop எடுத்துருவோம் டேபிள்ல லேப்டாப் இருக்கு அது இருக்கு எடுத்துருவா அது போக அந்த மவுஸ் 2 மவுஸ் ஒரு சார்ஜர் அந்த இது இருக்குல்ல நம்ம இது பண்ணுவோம்ல லேப்டாப் சார்ஜ் பண்ணுவோம்ல எக்ஸ்டென்ஷன் பாக்ஸ் பிரின்சிபல் ஏதோ மெசேஜ் அனுப்பிச்சிருக்காரு வாட்ஸ்அப்ல பாருங்க அது ஏதோ ஒரு மெசேஜ் வந்து போட்டிருக்காரு சரிம்மா போர்ட் மெம்பர்னு ஏதோ போட்டிருக்காரு லேப்டாப் இதுல கேமரா ஹலோ சார் குட் மார்னிங் F201 sir already reached the campus yes sir
Hello. Yes. Hello. 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 You are able to hear me? Hello. 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 Say that. Hello.
Hello, Chair.
Now it's coming.
நீராறும் கடலுடைத்த நிலமடர்ந்த எழிலொழுகும் நீராறும் கடல்
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Sir, அது after பேசிட்டு ஆஃப் பண்ணணும் இல்லையா அந்த மைக் எங்க சார் ஓகே எஸ் ஆமா இல்ல எனக்கு வந்து நான் சப்போஸ் பேசணும்னா வேணும் எனக்கு இல்ல இந்த ஈவென்ட்ல இருக்கணும் சார் அதுக்குதான் Hello. Yes, Arasendran sir. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Sir, we could not hear you.
Sorry, I was on mute. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now it's good.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I
Yes.
haven't used Cisco. I usually use the Zoom and other things that work. So nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you, sir. Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes.
And you are ahead of time, like you have joined earlier itself.
Yeah. So I was wondering, what is the start time? Is it 1 hour from now?
Yes, sir. Actually, it's 9:30. We are starting, and your session, your turn is by 10:25.
Yes, that's what I thought, and I saw a couple of different times in the invite and the PDF. So right now the time there is 7:45, right?
It's 8:45. Yes, 8:45.
Yeah, sorry, 8:45. Yeah, 8:45. So we are starting at 9:30, 45 minutes from now, and then
Yeah.
my part is 1 hour, like approximately 50 minutes from then, right?
Yes, sir.
So I do have a call. I
Okay.
took a call before that, but I just wanted to make sure that I saw the event was live, so I thought I'll join to test everything, and I may stay on and I will go on mute, and I'll hide my camera, and then in that way I can keep an eye on this window, and then I'll join back whenever I'm ready. But
Yeah.
glad I'm able to test it out. So I can leave now and then join back in 45 minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Perfectly okay. No issues. Yes, sir.
Okay. So is that I thought everybody was going to be in Zoom. Are there students going to be in the hall?
No, everybody will be connecting in online. We have 1,100 to 500 students who are going to connect virtually in online mode from their home.
Okay, so only your setup, you are there, only you're all there together, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, we host them in one place. Yes, sir.
Okay, great.
Great. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you for connecting, and I'll see you in 45 minutes.
Sure, sir.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Shika, it has to be very. Hello. 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 வெளியே போய் நேத்தாட்ட ரொம்ப சவுண்டா கேட்கணும்.
யூடியூப்ல செக் பண்ணுங்க.
யூடியூப்லயும் செக் பண்ணுங்க. நீங்க பண்ணுங்க. ரைட்டா கேட்கணும். சரி. Hello. Hello. Yes, hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, check. Hello, check. Check.
Okay.
Hello. Hello, check.
வெளியே போய்க்கோங்க. டோர் க்ளோஸ் பண்ணி வெளியே போய்க்கோங்க.
Hello, check. Check. Hello, check. Hello, check.
கண்ணன் போக்கு. இல்ல மைக் வால்யூம் இருக்கு. மைக் வால்யூம் மட்டும்
செக் பண்ணுங்க. சொல்லுங்கம்மா. நேற்று பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. அவுட் லெவல் யூ. அவுட் லெவல்.
மொபைல் கம்மி பண்ணிருக்கீங்களா?
Hello, check. Check. Hello. Hello, check. Hello. 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 Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello. Hello. Like this. Hello. Hello.
Can I answer, sir? I machine check பண்ண சொல்லுங்க.
Welcome the challenges. Look for the opportunities in every situation to learn and grow in this way.
இங்க கம்மி பண்ணிடுறோம் சார்.
The power of creating a better future is contained in the present moment. You create a good future by creating a good present.
ஸ்லோவா கேக்குது.
பண்ணணும்னா பண்ணிக்கலாங்க.
ஜாஸ்தி பண்ணலாம்.
எல்லாம் பார்த்து ஃபினிஷ் பண்ணிருக்கோம்.
இல்ல சார் நிமிஷம் நானும் பார்க்கிறேன். ஸ்லோவா கேக்குது. வெயிட் பண்ணு.
Can you hear me? Hello. Hello, check. Hello. Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello. Hello, check.
கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணுங்கம்மா.
Hello, check. Hello. Hello, check. Hello. 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 The power of creating a better future is contained in the present moment. You create a good future by creating a good present. Hello. Hello. Let's go.
எங்கிருந்து சவுண்ட் வருது?
மொபைல்.
You can check per vehicle and say, for the maximum speed slower vehicles.
Hello, check. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello.
சொல்லும்போது பேசுறேன்.
Hello. 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 Mic testing. Hello. 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 Mic testing.
அவர் மீட் பண்ணணுங்கன்னா இந்த மைக்கில் பேசும்போது அங்க மீட் பண்ணணும். உங்களுக்கு பேசும்போது மீட் பண்ண தேவையில்லை. அவர் அங்க ஆப்ரேட் பண்றாரு இல்லையா, அவர் மீட் பண்ணணும். ஏன்னா நீங்க எல்லாமே இங்க சிஸ்டம் தாங்கன்னு வச்சுட்டு உட்காந்துட்டு இருக்கீங்க. இங்க யாரு
பார்த்தோம். நீங்க அன்மியூட் மியூட் பண்ணுங்க கொஞ்சம். Bring fast.
நீங்க பேனலிஸ்டா ஜாயின் பண்ணிட்டீங்க?
இல்ல இன்னும் பண்ணல.
பண்ணிட்டு இது
உங்க போஸ்ட் அதுல பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
ஓகே ஓகே. இது போற இன்புட் தான்.
You already are. You are a panelist only. He is a panelist, sir.
இல்ல இங்கே வந்துருங்க. இங்கே
Go there. Go. Audio input, video input.
க்ளோஸ் பண்ணி
Mute பண்ணிடுங்க சார்.
தேங்க்ஸ்.
Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello. Hello, check.
And you, the orientation.
Hello, my testing, hello.
ரெண்டுமே சேர்ந்து இருக்கு.
அதை மட்டும் ஸ்கிரீன்ஷாட் ஸ்பீக்கர் எது ஃபோக்கஸ் அஜெண்டா இருக்கும். We should not இது ஒரு இன்விடேஷன். மினிட் டு மினிட் ப்ரோக்ராம்
சார் அது இல்லை நம்ம இதே எடுத்துக்கலாம் சார்.
that is more important.
சார் நம்ம இது டெஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டுமா அதுதான் இப்போ வருது அதில் என்னோட மிஷின் எப்படி வெளியே போய் செக் பண்ணி பார்க்க மாட்டேன். எஸ் சார்
அந்த மினிட் டு மினிட் ப்ரோக்ராம் கான்செப்ட்
PDF.
Hello, check. Everything check. Hello.
அது வந்து நம்ம என்ன பண்ணணும் இது
Hello, check. Hello.
செக் பண்ணி இங்கதான் பேசலாம் ஒரு நிமிஷம்.
இது பண்ணி அது ஸ்பீக்கர்
பேசுங்க.
தம்பி
Hello, my second, hello, second, PhD College of Technology, B.Tech students. Hello.
இல்ல கேட்கவே இல்லை.
உங்கள இது பாருங்க ஸ்பீக்கர் டிசேபிள் பண்ணிருக்கேன். ஸ்பீக்கர் டிசேபிள் பண்ணிருக்கேன்.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello, check.
Mic check.
Madam, hold, corrector.
Hello.
Mic check. Hello.
Yes, sir, Madam.
Mic check. Hello.
Check பண்ணி.
பண்ணிக்கலாம். Hello. Check. Hello. Check. நல்லா இருக்கு. Hello. Check. நீங்க mixer
Madam, பேசுங்க.
Hello, check. Hello. Hello, check. Hello. Hello, check. Hello.
Mic check. Hello. Mic check. Testing. Check. Hello. Hello. Mic check. Testing. Check. Hello. Mic check. Hello. Mic check. Hello. Testing. Check.
கேட்க மாட்டேங்குது. லோவா கேட்குது. ஆமா. சரிங்க சார்.
Hello, check.
ஓகே.
அந்த mic use பண்ணா.
அப்ப அது கொடுத்துடலாமா?
நீங்க பேசுங்க.
Hello, check.
Done.
பேசுங்க. Wait 1 second.
Okay. Okay. பேசுங்க.
Hello, check.
Hello. Hello. Hello, check. Hello. Hello, check.
Hello, check.
Hello. Hello, check. Hello. Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello. Hello. Hello, check.
Kalyan, I have joined.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, check. Hello. 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 Hello, sir.
Dr. Karthika Renuka have joined the meeting.
Yes, sir. You can hear me, right?
No, not able to hear your sound is very feeble.
Hello. Sir, now is the normal? Hello, sir. Can you hear me now?
Now it is better.
Yes, sir.
But your voice is அது எடுத்துருங்க அது
Hello, sir. Sir, is that now clear? Sir, hello. Check பண்ணுங்க. Skills கிடைச்சு.
சொல்லுங்க போனேன் ஓகே ரைட் சரி நான் யாராவது ஒருத்தர் நாங்கள் போயிடும் ரைட் யாராவது ஓகே ரைட் பார்க்குறேன் ஓகே ஓகே ரைட் தேங்க்யூ போடுறேன்
Wi-Fi இருக்கா PNG
Hello. Yes, Nivedita. Yep, welcome. You could hear me, right? Hello.
நீங்க பேசுங்க நீங்க பேசுங்க
Hello. Hello.
கேக்குது மேம்
Hello. Hello.
B.
Hello. Okay, good. Hello. Hello, sir.
Yes, correct. Done. Done it, looks like. Fine. One small window. One. Yes, sir. Email login.
College mail ID.
That's.com. అవును సార్. సార్ ఒకే నిమిషం సార్. అవును సార్. అవును సార్. That's.com. ఓపెన్. దాన్ని బట్టి క్లిక్ చేద్దాం సార్. అవును సార్. జాయిన్. లేదండి సార్. లేదు. ఒకే సెకండ్. కెమెరా సార్ మీ కెమెరా వచ్చి పేరు దాంట్లో ఏంటి పేరు వచ్చి ఏమన్నా నేమ్ వచ్చి ఏం sí, sí. దాని మటు దాంతో ఓకే. ఇంకా టెంపరరీ ఉంటే దాని
Sir, good morning. I am Prakashan here. Chandramouli, sir.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Yeah, doing good. Good. Thank you.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing good, sir. I'm doing good. We will start shortly.
Yeah.
Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello, check. Check. Hello, check.
Hello, check. Hello, check.
Hello, check. Hello, check. A very good morning to one and all present here. I heartily welcome you all to the B.Tech Orientation Program for first year students of the year 2021 to 2022. I am Anushka Balakrishnan from second year Production Engineering.
I'm Metal Rogan from second year Mechanical Sandwich, and we are the MCs of the day.
Power of creating a better future is contained in the present moment. You create a good future by creating a good present. PSG College of Technology has and always will be an institution renowned for providing world-class engineering education to its students. And today, we are gathered here to welcome the incoming batch of first years to this very prestigious institute to begin their journey of a lifetime towards becoming exceptional engineers. Let us begin the day with a double tap. ஈராலும் கடலுடத்த நிலமடந்த கிளிநொழியும் சீராரும் மலரமென திகழ்பரத கண்டமிடு தேக்கனவும் நலுச்சிறந்த தென்னாடும் தக்கசி திலகமுலை அத்திலக வாசகன் போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுறா இத்திசையும் புகழ்மனக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிலமை திறமையந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
On behalf of Students' Union, PSG College of Technology, it's an honor and privilege in welcoming you all for the orientation program of first year B.Tech 2021-22. We are happy to welcome Sri L. Gopalakrishnan, Managing Trustee, PSG Sons and Charity, for gracing this occasion with his presence. Welcome you, sir. We are glad to welcome our chief guest, Mr. A.N. Chandramoli, board member, Starlight India Private Limited, was accepting our invitation in spite of his busy schedule to address our first year students. Warm welcome, sir. We take immense pleasure in welcoming our beloved principal in charge, Dr. K. Prakasan, PhD College of Technology, who is a pillar of support in all our endeavors. Welcome you, sir. We take pride in welcoming distinguished alumni, Mr. M.S.K. Umesh, IAS, Staff Officer to Chief Secretary, Government of Kerala, Mr. S. Rasendran, Senior Manager of Product Design at Stiflex, California, USA, Ms. Sriranjani Kanave, Secretary and Second Secretary, Embassy of India, Turkmenistan, Mr. N. Maran, CEO, Car Technologies, India, Ms. Nivedita Ramkumar, Control Specialist at West Enterprise, USA, and Ms. M. Lavanya, Software Engineer, Microsoft India Private Limited, Bangalore. We are glad for having you all here with us. We extend a warm welcome to the Academic Advisor, PSG Institution, Chief Financial Officer, PSG Institution, Deans, Associate Deans, Heads of Departments, and Faculty colleagues for this orientation program. We take immense pleasure in welcoming the parents of our young ones for their presence here today. We are most privileged to welcome you all first year students into this vibrant learning community. I would encourage you all to take advantage of PSG College of Technology, a premier institution which provides you a rich array of opportunities for you to learn, to grow, to discover who you are, to make a difference in this world. It is you who make us what we are, and we look forward to the fresh ideas and energy you bring to our campus. Best of luck to each and every one of you. Thank you.
Kalyan. Mr. Kalyan. Oh, Dr. Karthika. Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You see, audibility is very poor. It is not audible at all.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
So I think the volume should be checked.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Now it is audible. When you speak from the podium, nothing is audible.
Yes, sir. So we will
So,
do it, sir.
okay, you make the announcement properly, then start.
Yes, sir.
So, good morning, sir.
So can do the welcome address once again?
No, you will proceed. Time is important. So you make a small announcement and we start the program.
Yes, sir. We'll start.
Yes.
Moving forward, I now request our beloved Managing Trustee, Sri L. Gopalakrishnan, to address the gathering.
I am Chandramouli, Managing Director of Sterag India. Dear alumni who are here to offer felicitations, respected principal, the HODs and staff parents. Good morning and welcome to PSG College of Technology. I congratulate you all for being successful in securing admissions into PSG College of Technology, which is always a dream for students and parents alike. At a time when education was an unfulfilled dream for many of Indians, one man's vision set out to make the dream a reality. Let there be charity so others can share my family's prosperity. So said Sri P.S. Govindasamy Naidu more than 100 years ago. His vision was transformed into reality by his 4 sons who went out to divide their inherited property into 5 shares, setting apart 1 share for charity, which was PSG, which today has grown into so a large organization, bigger than all the 4 brothers. And we feel so proud to be here to carry on the legacy of our founders. In fact, we are 100 years already as far as Sarvajana School was concerned. We started Sarvajana School 100 years back exactly. So 1924 was the formation of the charities. So we will be celebrating in 1924. The trust is entirely dedicated to the growth and development of education, training, industry, and social upliftment. PSG College of Technology, an institution of academic excellence, was founded in the year 1951 by Professor G.R. Damodaran, the legend and great visionary of the PSG family. As on date, PSG and Sons Charities has more than 30 institutions in varied academic, industrial, and societal relevance with a large network of alumni. At PSG, we impart education for a holistic growth of the students towards leadership. The hostels, sports facilities, and the academic infrastructure are created for the overall development of the students and improves the facilities for the benefit of our students. During lockdown, the higher studies and settled as per their choice without loss of valuable time. There is one thing I would like to tell the students. The +2 marks that you have got are very good. That is why you have got admission into PSG. Now that is to be left there. Your achievement in +2 stops here. Now the effort that you put in is going to get you the placements and the growth in your life as you desire. Placement, like we all say, it is all assured for everybody. We will be able to get placements, but to grow in life and to reach places like our chief guest and our alumni who are here to meet and talk to you, you have to put in your best efforts. So bear that in mind and put your best efforts, give it your best. Only then you'll be able to reach places in your life. I'm sure that you will utilize all the facilities of PSG College of Technology as per your need and passion towards achieving academic excellence to serve the society better. I wish you great success in all your endeavors and wish you all the best. And I once again thank our chief guest and our alumni who have joined us to facilitate on this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, PSGCT. Request our Honorable Principal in Charge, PSGCT College of Technology, Dr. K. Prakashan, to deliver the essential address.
Chancery and Second Secretary, Embassy of India in Turkmenistan, Government of India. Mr. N. Maran, CEO, Car Technologies India. Ms. M. Lavanya, Microsoft India Private Limited. Ms. Niveda Ramkumar, Controls Specialist at Wells Enterprise, USA. Mr. R. Nandakumar, Chairperson, Students Union. Directors, Deans, Heads of Departments, faculty members, parents, and dear freshers, ladies and gentlemen. I join the diaspora of the PSG College of Technology, staff, students, and all of us, everybody, in welcoming you to the portals of this prestigious institution of higher learning, predominantly in engineering. We have science and management. This moment is a very important event in your life for the freshers, because if you start your education, maybe from first standard experiences, and that sum has taken you to the next point, that is to PSGCT. So you will have a lot of happiest moments. You will have your best motivators, supporters, teachers, parents. Everybody has contributed for reaching this point. So please spend 1 minute in thinking of all your achievements till date and consolidate all the happiness in this process and store this energy to go forward further. Hope you are able to do that. Continuing with our respected managing trustees' words. PSG College of Technology started in 1951 by the great visionary Dr. G.R. Damodaran. It has become one of the crown of PSG and Sons Charities Trust organizations, produce a lot of technocrats, bureaucrats, ministers, and a very eminent network of alumni all over the world. You are also going to join them soon. This is an autonomous institution affiliated to Anna University. So the education system is slightly different from that of schooling. And education of engineering is regulated by All India Council of Technical Education, University Grants Commission, and we are an aided institution, like aided schools. You know about aided schools. It's an aided engineering college, meaning it is supported by Government of Tamil Nadu through Director of Technical Education. So it is a well-governed system, and being autonomous, it is subjected to robust self-correction, meaning we are subjected to a lot of audits by various agencies. So there is a rigor in this system. All the grandeur what you see in the campus, many of you have come to the campus, taken the admissions. Some of you met me in the chamber. Because of pandemic, we couldn't allow a big crowd. So it was done systematically in online. And you have seen the buildings, you have seen the vibrant campus. So for the 70 years of penance, you can say, that much energy is stored inside. It is up to you to absorb it and use it for your growth. That is the meaning of the message given by Sri L. Gopalakrishnan sir. It is very difficult to meet them because of their busy schedules. You are blessed to see him online and listen to his words. From my side, I seek the blessings of all the founding fathers of PSG and Sons Charities, the various managing trustees of PSG College of the Governing Council, Chairman of Governing Council, and from the managing trustee, current managing trustee, Sri L. Gopalakrishnan, for your successful stay and learning in this campus. So it is up to you to use all these resources and grow well. Now coming to some of the important characteristics of this campus, you are coming to PSGCT with a great ambition. Let me tell you, we are also equally committed to work for you to achieve all your dreams. The alumni will speak to you on that path, what they have assumed to achieve their desires or their ambitions, and how the college was instrumental in achieving those. The education in an engineering institution of this nature, it is self-learning, classroom learning, learning from peers. Now you know online learning. So the learning opportunities are enormous. It is not like last some time back. Today the knowledge is opened out to everybody. You can learn. Only the interest to learn should be created within. That is what we do. In this campus, when we teach, we try to impart excellence. We try to create innovativeness. We try to create entrepreneurship, and at the end, push you towards excellence. That is how you will be successful in your professional life and personal life and societal contributions. The large network of alumni, if you read, you can understand their achievements and how they are contributing to society by their academic excellence. Now coming to again the small aspects of academic processes, there is a tutor award system. By this time you would have interacted with the tutors. They would have spoken to you. Please read the website of PSG College of Technology. You can understand it in depth. Visit the departments. Look at the profile of faculty, laboratories, courses. So you can start preparing your mind towards a learning atmosphere again, because there was a gap of the physical classes were broken for some time due to the pandemic. Now coming to the achievements, when you complete your degree after 4 years or 5 years, what happens? Today you have come to learn, and when you leave, you have to grow in your wisdom. Any branch of engineering, let it be computer science, let it be textile, let it be metallurgy, at the end, what has to happen is growth in wisdom. So every domain of engineering, every domain of science will ultimately mold you, even languages, humanities, everything will push you towards this level of wisdom. Once the wisdom is fully blossomed, you will be absorbed by major companies because they need wisdom all the time. And today's employment market is really great. We thought pandemic will put it down, but it is not so. It is increasing in leaps and bounds. As on date, 805 students are placed completely in the online mode. So, though we may have our skeptical ideas about the online education, online interviews, online working from home. So things are getting into a different plane of operation now. Everybody works from home, learning happens, exam happens. So please leverage the power of internet, network capabilities, network with others. Till the pandemic is fully relaxed, we have to continue the online learning. So when things are normal, you will come to the campus, you can enjoy the entire infrastructure, sports, hostel life, which is very charming and tempting for students at this age. It's very important to stay in hostel and understand how to live in a group, adjusting with the discomfort, making it as an opportunity. Lot of things you will learn. And there are clubs and associations, there are technical associations, and we have MOUs with many other universities all over the world, US, Europe, Australia. So people can accelerate their learning. They can spend 1 semester abroad, come back, complete the education and get their degrees. So the opportunities are enormous. You need not worry now, because being the first day, a lot of information will be coming to you. Listen carefully, digest it, assimilate, and prepare your mind to absorb the energies of the campus. That's what I always say. These energies are academic in nature. When you visit a temple, you open out your heart for the divine energy to get in. That is how people get transformed. In the same way, when you come to an academic campus, you open out your all the senses so that these academic energies flow in and it will blossom you to a different plane. Now, the achievements of PSGCT in the recent years, a lot of rankings happen. People read about the ranks in the web or in journals, newspaper, etc. In this country, we have 23 IITs and maybe around 27 NITs and another 30 plus centrally funded institutions. So that itself is going beyond 100. But with all the competition, as an aided college, we are always #1 in Tamil Nadu. And with these giants, when we compete, we are always within the 100. So it is a matter of pride for all of us that you have come to an institution which caters to the society. We don't create a competitiveness which is not healthy. We create a competitiveness to excel in innovation, to excel in entrepreneurship, to excel in excellence. So it is always excellence for us. We don't compete for the number of placements or salaries. Our students should grow holistically and they must become leaders. It has happened and it is happening. You can see the profile of alumni of various departments. So you are in a safe place. As Managing Trustee mentioned in his speech, during lockdown, complete care was given to the students' progress. Even with a small difficulty, we have addressed it so that students get their placement, get their certificates, working day and night. And it is the incessant support of the management, the college administration, various sections of the college, which works without any stoppage, Saturday or Sunday. So it's a committed campus. Student is our cynosure. Cynosure means the focus of attention. When we talk to you in the physical mode, we will speak more, but in online, I think it is not advisable. There are other speakers. I will talk to you again at some other occasion when you settle down. And the departments will give you orientation from 25th. There will be a lot of other training programs online. It will happen. So before I conclude, some of the valid experiences which I have seen, I have to share with you. It will be useful to you in your future education. Please understand what is life. You have seen it in last 2 years in a very close quarter. Life, it is an unfoldment and development of a being under circumstances that are pressing it down. You have seen the pandemic, how it affected the whole world, but life was never stopped. It was somehow creeping and going forward. We are trying to come out of that. Then what is education? Somebody can ask you, what is education? It is manifestation of perfection in man. When you say manifestation, it has to be taken out by hard work. It is like polishing a diamond. That is what we do here. We try to make you into more visible gemstones, precious stones. What is curriculum? We use a word syllabi, but a better word is curriculum. That is what happens in a higher education institution. It's a collection of activities and associated experiences that transforms a child to an adult, to live an adult society. So this is what will happen when you enter the campus and exit the campus after the stipulated time. And the next is autonomy. Autonomy, you should imbibe in spirit. What is meant by autonomy? It is a robust self-correction. It is a difficult task. Suppose we are not well. Our body will tell you you are not well, and we take a corrective action by taking medicines or whatever is needed, and we become well. Similarly, an autonomy depends on feedback. Lot of feedback, lot of audits, lot of checkpoints. Then the system becomes like an organic system which lives and continuously sends you signals, and you improve from level 1 to level 2 and reach the ultimate. So that is the meaning of autonomy. Please remember these 4 to 5 statements. And all the infrastructure is for your support. The value chain, classroom, laboratories, placement, alumni, and any section of the college is always to help you, supporting you in various ways. I request you to leverage every point of this campus, and management is ever supportive. I had some experience from my earlier career. I was working with aircraft manufacturing, which supports Indian Air Force. So I need to tell you what education gives you at the end. I was fortunate enough to work with some of the top pilots or the ace pilots of Indian Air Force. I think they are not of our level. The observation so sharp. And some of them, when they go to the war front, if they say, we shoot the enemy target at this time, at that time, it will be done. It will be recorded in the camera in the aircraft and it will be taken as a record. Because they have to keep the all the records of war. How many aircraft went, how many returned, which target is destroyed at what time, everything will be recorded. So I used to wonder how this happens. So it is the ability to concentrate. So education at the end gives you the ability to concentrate. And when they come and sit in the aircraft, they will find something which we can never see. Take the aircraft to high altitudes, fly, come back with a very, very fine observations. We will be surprised how we missed it. But their observations are so refined. So at the end of education, you have to be fully equipped to concentrate. When you concentrate on something, everything else is invisible and you will see only that and you will be able to solve all the problems given to you. So this campus will definitely give you that capability. That's what I wanted to tell. Teachers, our main pillars. In general, when you say teaching, they will say skills will be imparted to the student to leverage the opportunity. But there is another group of teachers, they will give the ability to imagine what those opportunities could be. So this is the next level of teacher. General teaching will be teaching you skills, how to solve a problem, how to write a program, how to write an algorithm, or how to use an instrument, etc. But there is another category of teachers, they will teach you to imagine, or the abilities to imagine what those opportunities could be. That is called leadership, thinking ahead. So our teachers are all of that level. So you have come to an institution where the future leaders are molded by the teamwork of the entire system, whatever I mentioned. Please use it. And in Bhagavad Gita, there is a statement, and not the famous Karmanye Vadhikaraste, there is another word which they use called Siddhi. Siddhi means accomplishment. In other words, Siddhas, you say, they are the people who are accomplished. Siddhi comes only by continuous working. Do the job given to you with full involvement. This is what the Air Force pilots were doing. When we ask, they say the training. Do the same thing. Continuously you do, you become accomplished in your job and you will see only that everywhere. So do your duties fully. You studied well in your schools. You did in +2 very well. So you are here. Continue to do well again. You will reach next levels of your accomplishments. So with this, I conclude. I thank all of you for giving me this opportunity to talk to you, though in the virtual mode. I wish you happy days, good learning, good luck. May God shower His choicest blessings on all of you. And I thank you all once again. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for being a source of inspiration and motivation to our students. We're honored to have you guide us throughout our college life. Moving on, I now would introduce to you our chief guest of the day, Mr. A.N. Chandramouli, board member. Mr. A.N. Chandramouli is a graduate in mechanical engineering from NIT Trichy and holds a postgraduate degree from the Indian Institute of Management, Calcutta. In his over 4 decades of industrial career, he has held many leadership positions in diverse industries for machine tool in Starrag Makino, electrical industry in Lab Cooper, consumer products in Unilever India, and trucks in Tata Motors. Mr. Chandramouli became a board member of Starrag India in 2017. In his capacity, he set up a state-of-the-art manufacturing facility and technology center
in Bangalore Aerospace Park and launched horizontal machining centers with a significant local content under Make in India vision. He is highly passionate about technology collaboration, strategic alliances, project management, greenfield ventures, industrial product marketing, and product innovation. In 2017, Mr. Chandramouli established his own independent management consultancy, and he is coaching, advising, and mentoring startup ventures in industrial IoT, experiential tours and webinars in Industry 4.0, sales training for machine tool companies, and also contributing to skill ventures and industry academia interface. We're really excited to have you here with us today, sir, and we cannot wait to listen to you. I now request the chief guest to take over and address the gathering.
Thank you, Ms. Atrukshana Balakrishnan, for the kind words. Gives me a great pleasure to be here, an honor. At the outset, I thank the trustee, Mr. Gopalakrishnan sir, and Dr. Prakasan sir, principal of the college. I hope I'm audible.
Sir, you are audible. You are audible.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
I thank you from the bottom of my heart to give me this opportunity to share some of my thoughts to the students. I welcome all the students who are entering PSG college. Prakasan sir mentioned about being in the top 100. But after I visited 3 years back, with the 50 centers of excellence in the physical campus, my personal opinion is it is one of the top 10 colleges. I'm not saying to flatter the management, but it is so. Not the first in Tamil Nadu alone, but at a very high rank in the national as well as the global platform. I also welcome all the dignitaries, and most of them are proud alumni of the college. And I would like to share some thoughts on this occasion of what is going on in the environment. May I go ahead and share my presentation, Dr. Prakasan sir?
Yes, you can. Dr. Karthika Renuka, please permit to share the PPT.
Yes, sir. Sir, you could share your presentation now.
You can do that, sir.
Are you able to see the presentation?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We could see it. Yes, sir.
You are seeing two windows or only one window?
We are having, you can make it in a slideshow mode, sir. It is a two window.
How about now?
Yeah, it's good, sir. It's good now.
It's good.
Okay, we are all learning about WebEx because Zoom is the most popular, followed by MS Teams. Thank you, Mr. Renuka.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Quickly talking about why the students are here today. I think the survival of and recovery after the corona pandemic was well mentioned by both Mr. Gopalakrishnan sir and Dr. Prakasan sir. The pandemic is really an eye-opener to all of us, especially in the education field. It had the biggest impact, both positive and adverse impacts. The adverse impacts is that you are not able to touch and feel the 50 centers of excellence inside the campus of PSG College of Technology. I hope Dr. Prakasan sir will open up very soon, and I hope the third wave doesn't happen when that happens. The number two is the positive impact, which is a contrary of the adverse impact, is several technologies, including the self-learning and e-learning, which Dr. Prakasan mentioned, is enabled by what we call as the digital technologies in general and Industry 4.0 industrial IoT technologies in particular. Is the slides moving, madam?
It is moving, no problem.
Thank you, sir. I will quickly cover this agenda. 20 minutes was given, and that's a good challenge. It's like a TED talk where they do 18 minutes. I'll touch upon growing job creation domains, very important and very top goal or priority of the students, as well as the faculty and the placement department. Future job roles emerging in industry. To my knowledge, what I have gathered in the last 3 years, working with several forums as a consultant. Sectoral approach to engineering education, a new concept which PSG may note and they may already be doing it. Multidisciplinary approach required in the new education policy, and also the new job roles demand that. The new education policy driving experiential learning, that is one of the core theme in the entire education policy. Rest of it can be easily understood. The disruptive technology which affects the learning models, already alluded by Dr. Prakashan sir. And finally, the multifunctional understanding before you can even become an entrepreneur or a startup innovator or even a self-employed individual. What are the job creators of the last 3 decades? My dear students, the job creators of the last 3 decades, I'm saying last 3 decades. In fact, they were the breadwinners when I was heading Makino, the machine tool company, which you have some of the machines in your tool room. And I visited the tool room when Dr. Abdul Kalam was there. And I'll talk about it if they have time for me a little while. The aerospace industry, Dr. Prakashan sir surprised me today that he himself comes from the aircraft aerospace industry. Thank you, sir. The energy, the windmill, the solar and conventional energy, turbine, etc. The transport, the tractors, the trucks, 2-wheelers, 4-wheelers, passenger cars, earth movers, even railway is considered as part of the transport. Even marine ships are considered as part of transport. Everything goes on the earth as compared to the one which flies. There is a clear reason why these two are distinguished. The safety here is primordial compared to, I think, we can manage something. We can apply the brake and stop. Here you can't do that. And above all, anything else which doesn't belong to these 3 were clubbed under one single category called industrial products, which includes capital goods, machinery, and so on and so forth, engineering products as we call it. These are the job creators of the last 3 decades, whichever engineering field you belong to, including even civil engineering, I would like to say. But what are the new job creators of the current decade and the next 3 decades? In my opinion, it's not there in any of the Google. You can't search in Google perhaps. But what is happening? The skilled students supplied from PSG college are looking to the new job creators. I congratulate the 850 people who already got jobs. I'm sure some of them are going to migrate to these new job creators. What are they? Number 1, advanced manufacturing solutions. Advanced manufacturing includes special technologies which address what I call is new metals and new materials, such as the carbon composite fiber, such as titanium, such as inconel, nimonic. I know I'm talking from mechanical engineering perspective, but still it is going to impact all other disciplines. I'll touch on the point very soon. Automation. Professor Vinod Saab showed me in PSG college, automation and robotics division with 9 centers of excellence, and some more in the other departments belong to that wonderful department. If some of you can get a post-graduation also in that particular branch, your placement will be fantastic after the PG. The smart factory. We talk in terms of digital factory, industrial 4.0, etc., is all the concept of how a factory can be made like a Ola car booking or a Zomato masala dosa booking. I put it simply because we have 18-year-old guys who join now, and I think it's very difficult to communicate certain points at this stage. The smart city. They imagine the entire city is internet enabled, and every function, including masala dosa, Ola, or even for that matter, when you order a person for repairing your refrigerator at home, everything is covered by a smart city. Building management system. I tell you, civil engineering is no escape. The building management systems, big job creators. E-mobility, the talk of the town. Other day I visited the showroom of Ather Energy, Indian homegrown startup venture of the last 3 years, already producing 100 scooters per day made by electrical battery driven. And every other day you see an announcement of a new company coming up in this area. I'm sure PSG college placement is looking at all these HR people to tie up for placement. Medical equipment, not only the healthcare pharmaceutical industry. That is one of them where the students may join on the engineering side. Very important engineering jobs are there in pharmaceutical industry. Don't forget, including automation and a zero defect production requirements, which means the engineering people come into the picture. And medical equipment is again a capital goods which goes into the healthcare industry. We are still importing them. Why not we produce all of them in India, including CT scan and etc. Semiconductor industry. Of late, you would have heard many things. The shortage of chips coming from China, etc. And therefore, Tata and other companies have been requested by Mr. Narendra Modi Sahab, our Honorable Prime Minister, to enter this business. The next 10 years, we will have a revolution on this. Solar and other non-conventional energy is here to stay because conventional energy, coal and other things will come down. Oil and gas, which I showed in the previous thing, industrial, some of them belong to oil and gas here. And all this will be the job creators of yesteryears. Data science, above all, I'm very happy to hear that PSG College has got a science department. Sir, include a mathematics department very soon. Our friends in RV College in Bangalore are now going to emphasize mathematics more and more in the engineering college. In my days of REC Trichy, every semester we had on engineering mathematics. I'm sure you have it, but go deeper into that, including algorithm, etc. The salary of Indian Institute of Science people who pass out the data science post-graduation is 24 lakhs per annum minimum and 36 lakhs per annum maximum. And students are making a note of it today. So I'm saying, my dear friends, these 10 roles and the 10 jobs or the 10 sectors will be the focus of PSG College of Technology in the coming years, I'm sure. And all these are driven by what we call the Industry 4.0 technologies: artificial intelligence, additive manufacturing, augmented reality, system integration, cloud-based applications, simulation solutions, Internet of Things. The backbone of the entire thing is Internet of Things. You have a mobile phone, the Ola driver has got a mobile phone, the Swiggy driver has got a mobile phone. All the three mobile phones are talking to each other through the internet. The things and the internet, Internet of Things. Nothing to scare about. It's a very simple concept. Industrial robots and big data analytics, data science, big data analytics. It doesn't look like a very scary word. It's a very simple concept. And therefore, a new job role are emerging in this area. I can't go deep into it. 20 minutes, what I can do, right? Factory automation engineer, digital manufacturing engineer, never heard of in our placement department so far. Smart mechatronics engineer, predictive maintenance engineer, digital quality engineer. Digital quality engineer. I coined this term. And to my surprise, I found this term is now coming in the Indeed.com. If not in Naukri.com, Indeed.com job site. Digital design, PLM engineer, product lifecycle management. Data analyst, advanced data analytics through artificial intelligence, machine learning engineers. Additive manufacturing engineer, 3D printing, both plastics and metal, creating revolution in MRO industry of aerospace. Cyber security engineer, all this can work only when the data cannot go to the wrong person and no hacking is possible. Augmented reality engineer, most important thing, growing very fast in this country as elsewhere, to manage the corona. To manage the corona, augmented reality is the most powerful science coming up. I request PSG College to have a special at least one full 3-credit course on augmented reality. Are you able to see this slide of the future job roles?
Yes, sir, we are able to see.
I'm just pausing a few more seconds. Some of them may be noting it down, especially the professors, the professors and our faculty. The Skill India movement started by our honorable former Prime Minister and our current Prime Minister. The capital goods skill councils and other 34 skill councils, sector skill councils. The Samarth Udyog centers, our good friend, one of your alumni, Mr. Ram Shankar, one of the alumni, he is now in America. I wish he also joins today as an alumni panelist. Yeah, this is the reason I'm here today in talking to you. And people are going to start Samarth Udyog centers. 30 centers are coming up. Prakashan sir, note down, PSG college should be the first center in Tamil Nadu. There are already 2 in Karnataka, 1 in Delhi, 1 in Pune, and 1 in Kharagpur. There are 5 Samarth Udyog centers. It means Industry 4.0 education technology centers funded by Department of Heavy Industries at 75% funding and 25% by the private sector, including academia and others. The next job roles in the capital goods sector and other sector are influenced by several types of jobs. I don't want to read all of them. I can supply this to you in the PowerPoint chart to Dr. Prakasam.
Right, sir.
There are 20 job roles. I made a list and created some of them and made a job description for some of the job roles. If time permits, I'll read out the job description of one such job role which is coming up, and very soon people are recruiting and across the country and across companies, across sectors. Again, I come back to the sector. Sectoral approach is different from the functional approach. The days are gone when we talk about mechanical engineer, electrical engineer, electronic engineer, mechatronic engineer, computer science engineer, blah, 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 blah. It's gone. Prakashan sir vouch for me, at least for one sector, that we need an aerospace engineer. We need a power generation engineer. We need a transportation engineer, transport related engineer. We need an industrial product engineer. We are not talking about the industrial engineer. Industrial engineer cuts across all sectors. Industrial engineering is the most important topic. If PSG college doesn't emphasize it so far, please emphasize it more and more. In our BMS college and RV college in Bangalore, they call industrial engineering and management, IEM. If it is already there, I'm very happy. Combine industrial engineering and management into one engineering category. Please offer it in the 3rd and 4th year to the students. And there should be definitely a post-graduation on that. It cuts across all the sectors because it focuses on quality, delivery, cost, flexibility, safety, and so many other factors, which is sector agnostic and which is branch agnostic. Now I come to the most important core point of my topic today. The new education policy also talks about it, but much before that, all of us were talking in the last 2 decades, an engineer cannot be just a specialist in only one of the branches. The future engineer cannot specialize only in one field, but at least 3 more related fields. Of course, you can't become jack of all trades and master of none, as a proverb goes. But at least 3 more. Here is an example. A mechatronics field is a multidisciplinary field, which includes mechanical, electrical, and many people forget instrumentation. I don't know whether instrumentation is there as one of the branches in a PSG college. If it is not there, please introduce it. If it is there, very good. Please make it compulsory for all the branches, including civil engineering. Even in the trusses of the Eiffel Tower, if you place a sensor in every truss, you will know how the Eiffel Tower is behaving for the next 100 years in France. The instrumentation engineering is all about sensors, transducers, and measurement of vibration forces, etc., including temperature, pressure, volume, etc. So many people have forgotten that science and instrumentation engineering is coming back again in another old wine in new bottle. Electrical engineering goes without saying. Electrical and electronics. दोनों पकड़ के जाओ, no problem. ரெண்டுத்தையும் சேர்த்து பேசலாம். Electrical, electronics, mechanical, instrumentation, evergreen subject. Mechanical. I'm proud to say I'm a mechanical engineer from NIT Trichy. After even doing the IIM Calcutta, I'm a passionate engineer. There was a debate, Patti Mandram. There is a debate which was held in REC Trichy around 5 years back. There are 2 groups of people. One group of people said, I want to pursue my passion. Another group of people said, I want to pursue my engineering. Fortunately, I was in the group which is called Pursue the Engineering Group. Then they asked me, what is your viewpoint? I said, my passion is engineering. Engineering is my passion. So the other group was not getting the award. My group got the award. Just one sentence. So if all these 3 branches of engineering together with a multidisciplinary approach, the jobs will require skills in multiple fields to carry out multitasking projects. It's already 10:30. I'll try to finish another 5 minutes. The jobs will require skills in multiple fields to carry out the multitasking projects. Underline the word projects. You will not be doing jobs anymore in the future. You will be doing projects. Whether you are an employee or you're an employer, or whether you're an entrepreneur or a startup company person, you will be doing projects. Projects do not require skill in one specialization. They require multidisciplinary skills. The electives, extracurricular activities, and the self-learning. If you don't have time to teach in the branch time, in the curriculum of whatever time you have in the year or the years of 4 years, try to give them the links for self-learning and e-learning modules. And if some money to be spent on the e-learning modules, you should introduce concepts, for people to get the e-learning modules. There are fantastic e-learning modules developed by Indians or by Europeans. They can augment the regular classes of the selected branch. And the experiential learning is again emphasized in new education policy. Studying only theory or concept is not at all enough. In my days, when we used to go to workshop, we used to think like a drudgery. Today I realize workshop should have been 75%, classroom should have been 25%. I congratulate PSG College of Technology to realize this point long back, and you have 45 or to 50 centers of excellence. Some of them I know is DHI funded, that is the welding technology and other things. Where you have 2 doctors sitting from my college. One of them is my own classmate, Dr. Ashok. The studying only in theory concepts should be augmented with practical knowledge, and very vital to become employable skills. Employment and placement are not the good words to be talked anymore. We should talk about employability and not employment as a responsibility of the college. The experience gathered by industrial visits, projects, internships in every semester. Every semester. In my days, there was no insistence on internship, was not compulsory. We call it summer training. But luckily, I did summer training at the end of each year. First year end, second year end, third year end, fourth year end. I was very lucky. It was not compulsory by the college. Every semester you should have industrial visit, projects, internship, and Coimbatore is full of all the industries I mentioned today. Aircraft industry, power generation industry, transport industry, and industrial product industry. All are there in Coimbatore. No need to travel here and there. I have supplied machines to them, so I know it. Even windmill industry, Suzlon, Hansen is there, now belongs to WAPCO, ZF. Experience results in reflecting, reflecting results in thinking, thinking results in acting. Again, it comes back to experience. The dual education model in Germany and Switzerland and Singapore is the reason why those people are the highest paid people in the world and the most successful people, including Japan also, because every week, 3 days in classroom, 2 days in the industry, not laboratory, not workshop, industry. 3 days classroom, 2 days in the industry. That is why even a diploma holder can become the managing director in those companies. The learning modules, I don't want to mention too much, college knows better, is a blended learning, is here to stay, and it is a good, it has got many advantages. The e-learning and the online learning, what we talk about, and the classroom learning, the combination of blended learning develops technological soft skills. It is very, very cost effective. It is highly flexible, and we can get a personalized learning. When you cannot concentrate on all the 60 students in the class with an identical course, you want to give a tutorial to individual people, you can very effectively do it through personalized online learning methodology, which will not disturb the remaining 59 students. Prakasan sir, please exploit this concept of tutorials of personalized learning. If the student is willing to pay some extra payment for that, that is well and good. Otherwise, I think your August alumni can support all that. And this will boost the engagement between the professors and the students. Very interactive. And when you do some part of it in classroom and some part of it in online, and you have the online learning sitting inside the classroom. This blended learning means the student brings his computer into the classroom, like our Dr. Vinod sir has. Every classroom laboratory has got several computers. He has got the laboratory equipment all around. In PSG College, I have seen it in first floor. So the person has got both online learning possibility in the computer and also classroom learning combined. That is a concept of blended learning, which is different from hybrid learning. And the corona has accelerated this process. Even I learned it in the last 2 years. And last but not the least is multifunctional understanding for self-employment. Technical expertise is not good enough to become an entrepreneur. Most technocrats start ventures, companies, startup units, but they fail after 1 or 2 years. What is the reason? The reason is they may not have the innovative ideas. They may not have the technology to back it up. They may not understand manufacturing systems, which is different from engineering systems. They may woefully not understand marketing aspects. Digital marketing is now trying to help them out. They definitely don't understand financial and commercial matters, which is why PSG college has got an MBA. Some of you should have 1 or 2 electives coming from the MBA college to the graduation college also. They don't understand team building at all. I have seen entrepreneurs struggling to build teams. Even after 40, 60 years, there is a company in Northern India who has a problem of developing teams. Good for me, because therefore I became consultant. Networking. Not only networking through the LinkedIn and other computer-aided devices, but physical networking with people and understanding each other. Not only the government where you're paying the GST and all. Execution. They have skills in developing product, but thereafter to launch it in the market, execute and get the business, deliver it, they lack it. And above all, after the initial pilot study, how to scale it up to a big company. The startup remains as a startup forever. These are all the issues, and please understand that multifunctional understanding should be there in your entrepreneurial education. If you got a course on that, please bring all your alumni, successful alumni, and get somebody on this area. Somebody for each point in this, you try to have one professor as a visiting adjunct faculty coming from your own alumni if possible, and with that passion, they will deliver it and make a true entrepreneurship in your college. Now I have a sample job role. I know it's 10:40, my time is out. I'll just show this job role has got 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, 20 points. What is the job role? Digital manufacturing engineer. Can I go ahead, sir? Prakasan, sir.
Yeah, you can quickly summarize that, not a problem.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Karka kasadara katrapin. Karka kasadara katrapin. Nirka adarku taga. Karka kasadara katrapin. Nirka adarku taga. You learn the theory, you learn the practical, and then you go and deploy. Nirka adarku taga. What you learn, you go and deploy, apply it in the industry. Mechanical engineers going and selling soaps and detergents in the Unilever ponds. Sorry. Don't go for Infosys kind of job, even after doing mechanical engineering and other engineering. I know software gives you a lot of salary. But remember, the Germans will never do it, the Japanese will never do it. If they study mechanical engineering, they go for mechanical engineering job. Why our Indians, we are going after the job which is most lucrative. Even if you don't do computer science, you are going after the software job. Why? That's why Thiruvalluvar said 3 and 2,000 years back, Karka kasadara katrapin, nirka adarkuttaga. I don't want to read out all the bullet points in this. The digital manufacturing engineer itself is designed by me, has got 20 requirements to become a true digital manufacturing engineer. I can tell you, this is the way forward it's going to happen in this country, and the placement department will have to create multi-skilled, multitasking, multidisciplinary, multi-specialization engineers in the future years to come. Thank you, Dr. Prakasan, Dr. Gopalakrishnan, sir, to give me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And all the best to the alumni, all the best to the students. I have another meeting. I need to step out. And thank you and best wishes to the new students. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us with your words of wisdom and for being a true testament to what an industrialist should be in the 21st century. It's now time to hear it from our very own alumni of PSG College of Technology and learn from their journey of success. First, we have Mr. NSK Umesh, IAS and Executive Director of KSIDC, Trivandrum, Kerala, India. Mr. Umesh is an Electronics and Communication Engineering graduate of the batch of 2011 from PSG College of Technology. He also served as a Students' Union Chairperson for the year 2010 to 2011 and bagged the Best Outgoing Student Award from the Department of ECE. He secured the All India rank of 77 in the Civil Services Examination of 2014 and worked for the Government of India as an IAS officer, Executive Director, Kerala State Industrial Development Corporation Limited. Currently, he works as a staff officer for the Chief Secretary, Government of Kerala. I now request Mr. Umesh to address the gathering.
Have you removed my presentation thing? I could not unshare now.
So 1 second, sir, we'll check.
I'm not able to unshare.
So 1 second, sir. We are just checking it.
I think you removed my hosting. So I could not unshare.
You have to stop sharing. It's what I do.
Yeah, I could not stop share, sir, because
Yes. So you can just you stop sharing from your side.
No.
You're still a presenter. Okay. One second, sir.
Okay. I got it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So, Managing Trustee Sri L. Gopalakrishnan, sir. Principal Dr. K. Prakashan, sir. Today's Chief Guest, Mr. N. Chandramouli, sir. Natarajan, sir, who invited me for this event. Fellow alumni guests, Mr. Nandakumar, Chairperson, Students' Union. Faculty, non-faculty members, and dear boys and girls who are entering a new life today. Actually, there is a reason why I specifically mentioned Mr. Nandakumar, Chairperson, Students' Union, because 11 years back, 2010, July or August, I was doing the same work. So when I saw the invitation, I realized that 11 years back, I was in this invitation as chairperson, and that was in the quadrangle where thousands of eager students were sitting with apprehension as what lies ahead. And at that time, being the chairperson, I had to address the students about the college activities and all. And I'm really proud that 11 years later, I'm here as a panelist here for this first year orientation. So thanks a lot, PSGCT, for inviting me and giving me this opportunity. And 14 years back, 2007, I joined as a student. And I'm sure after hearing the wonderful presentation by Chandramouli sir, your apprehensions would have increased. Oh, so many opportunities are there. So many new things are to be explored. And you've just finished your, +2, and the path which lies ahead. Maybe you might have the apprehensions might have increased. But trust me, you're in the best place to be in. You're in PSG College of Technology, and I'm very sure that you will be having a wonderful ride in these 4 years. Actually, I was not a very good engineer. My HODs would, Jayaraman sir as well as Shubharani ma'am, who was HOD EC at that time, would vouch for that I was not a great engineer. I was, you must have, many of you would have read Chetan Bhagat's 5 point someone. I was 8 point someone. And as far as PSG is concerned, 8 point someone is also equal to 5 point someone, because you'll be somewhere in the middle of the class. And what I have to say here is what I learned from the college. And in a way, I would say that because I was college chairperson at that time, because I learned so much as in the college at that time, I'm addressing you today. It is because of PSG College of Technology, because of the windows of opportunity it opened up to me, that I'm able to sit here and address all of you. Even though we all would have loved an actual event, a physical event happening at the quadrangle or the F Block conference hall, but unfortunately in a post-COVID world, this is what we have to make do with. And yeah, so right from 2008, the kind of opportunities for example, I want to tell one thing. In 2018 and 19, I was posted as sub-collector Wayanad district. In Wayanad, I was the sub-collector. And as you would know, Kerala experienced the worst floods it has experienced in a century in both 2018 and 2019, Wayanad especially. So we were involved in relief operations, we were involved in rescue operations, we were involved in day and night work. We were trying to, search for dead bodies. We were doing lots of sleepless work without any rest. And at that time, my staff used to ask me, how are you managing without sleeping? How are you able to coordinate everything without any rest? And I would always say that I learned everything from my college, where I have done similar work, though not for a disaster, though of course college is not a disaster, but to organize events, to organize different events, be it Kriya, the inter-college Techno Fest. I still remember as a first year student, I was a volunteer. I learned more in my first year than in my final year as chairman, where in my college first year, I was a volunteer for different student events. And I still remember standing in climbing up the gate and putting a flex at the and we used to stand there and see the entire Avinash Road and all. So those were the days when I learned what is administration, what does organizing events mean, what does leadership mean, how to take a team along. There were so many little small issues which crop up during the conduct of an event whose budget is say 5 lakh rupees. Even as sub-collector, I was not handling money, by the way. Even as sub-collector, I will not be handling much money. As college chairman, I have handled 5 lakh rupees or 10 lakh rupees to conduct events. I have to get sponsors. And so those are the experiences which showed me a world outside the books, a world outside the regular curriculum. And that was what propelled me and made me motivated and made me study for civil services exam. So I don't want to take much of your time. I want to use this opportunity just to impress upon the fact that I got into IAS at that time. When I got into IAS, you get this feeling, no, you got into IAS because you are very talented, because you are very hardworking. All that is nonsense. I got into IAS because I was very lucky. And you are all sitting here. I think some 600, 700 attendees are here. Many might be seeing on YouTube also. You're all here. You're all in PSG College of Technology because you are plainly lucky. You got wonderful parents. You got a wonderful ecosystem. You got a support system which enabled you to study and reach here. For every person of you who's sitting here and listening to this, there are thousands of people, thousands of students of your own age who did not even get this opportunity to study properly. I want to recount one thing which was written by Dr. Amartya Sen, Nobel-winning economist. In 2012, there was a large-scale power cut across North India. Across North India, more than 200, 300 million people were cut off from power. And for few hours, and you know the likes of Arnab Goswami, the nation wants to know kind of people. They asked the government, what is going on? Why is there no power? And they created a big hullabaloo, big hue and cry. And the power was restored in few hours, of course. So next day, Amartya Sen sir, he wrote an open editorial in the Hindu, I believe, in which he asked this question. 200 people were cut off from power for few hours. That is very sad. And all media, news media, print media, TV channels created a big hue and cry. That is very good. But what about the 200, 300 million people who do not have power at all? Have we created a hue and cry for them every day? Who's talking about them? We are going on with our lives. You know, the biggest problem which this country is facing is not corruption. You might be thinking that corruption is a big problem, and there are other such problems. But the real problem is this inequality and the invisibility. It's not just inequality, invisibility of the poor. You might think that you are here because you are very talented, but no, you are here only because someone who's equally talented as you was robbed of the opportunity to study and get into PhD Tech because of the circumstances he or she was born into or in. So use this opportunity, use these 4 years to study electronics and communication engineering, mechanical, civil, biomedical, what will be the course. Study them well. But what will you do with that studies? What are you going to do with that studies? That is very, very important. That is what PSGTech taught me. PSGTech taught me that it is not enough if you're an engineer. I was a decent engineer. I was an average engineer. When I say the word decent, I don't know how my HOD will be reacting. But yeah, I was an okay engineer. And but what did I do? What did I gain out of that engineering? How am I going to use that engineering for the have-nots, for the people who are outside the system? There are two Indias. There is a India of haves, India of have-nots. What will my studies, what will my wisdom, what will my knowledge help for the India of have-nots? So that is the only point I want to say here. I don't want to take much of any of your time. This is the one point. In these 4 years, think of this. Think of the people whose opportunities you have grabbed and you're sitting here. We are all very lucky. We are all very blessed. What do we do with that blessing? What do we do with that luck? That is something which should engage your thought. That should keep your minds engaged. Since I'm working in Kerala, I get to see lots of Malayalam movies to learn Malayalam. There is I don't know if you've seen this movie. There's a Malayalam movie called Ustad Hotel, in which the hero is Dulquer Salman. You must be knowing Dulquer Salman. All of you, all the boys and girls must be knowing Dulquer Salman. I want to just quote that example and finish this here. In that movie, Dulquer Salman is a cook actually. He's a cook, and he gets an opportunity to go and work abroad in Switzerland or somewhere. And his grandfather says, first you go to Madurai. First you go to Madurai, meet my friend, and then you go to Switzerland. And he sends a letter along with it. So in that letter, it is written in Tamil because the friend happens to be a Tamil in Madurai. The grandfather has written to his friend about his grandson. எப்படி சமைக்கணும்னு நான் சொல்லி கொடுத்துட்டேன், எதுக்கு சமைக்கணும்னு நீங்க சொல்லி கொடுக்கணும். So college, this PSGTech is also going to teach you both. எப்படி சமைக்கணும், எப்படி படிக்கணும் also it's going to teach you. எதுக்கு படிக்கணும் also it's going to teach you. And the second question is the most important. If you address the question எப்படி படிக்கணும், how to study, and keep focusing on your labs, keep focusing on your internals, on your semester exams, that is well and good. But why are we doing all this? Have a vision, have a clear vision for your future. Don't take this as an advice. Take this as the experiences what I gained 10 years back. I'm not telling all this as some guest, an IAS officer from Kerala. I'm telling all this as an ex-college PSGTech Students Union chairman, an ex-alumnus of this college. And I sincerely believe that this 4-year or 5-year course will definitely transform you from boys and girls to, adults, to men and women who are capable of steering this country towards glory. I would once again like to thank everyone, and I just want to quote a few lines of, I'm sure you must have heard of this. Sir was quoting Thiruvalluvar. I'm going to quote Na Muthukumar because this audience is a very young audience. I'll quote cinema lines only. So this is some lines which Na Muthukumar had written in 2010 or 11. So this is a line. Kadalai, he writes this about college. வானம் தாண்டி எங்கும் பறந்திடும் பொழுதும் வேர்கள் நமக்கு என்றும் இதுவல்லவா, கடலை பிரிந்த நீர் கார்முகிலாகும் மீண்டும் மழையாய் தொடுமல்லவா, கனவுகள் வளர்த்து திரிந்தோமே பல இரவும் பகலும் இங்கே, இரு கைகள் குவித்து கும்பிடுவோம் இதைவிட கோவில் எங்கே. I'm sure there are lots of other state people also here, so I'm just translating. Even if we soar beyond the skies in the future, aren't these our roots? Isn't this college our roots? And even though water departs from the sea, doesn't it rejoin the sea as rainfall? And for days and nights we roamed around here, this campus, nurturing dreams. And let us worship this place with folded hands. Is there a better temple, a better place of worship than this? So my best wishes to all of you. And actually, as an IAS officer, you get to give lots of speeches, lots of public programs. But when it comes to PSGTech, I always prepare and come. I always take notes because my guru, my PSG, my alma mater, I value and respect PSGTech a lot. I'm here because I was there in PSGTech. Thank you so much once again for this opportunity. My best wishes to each and every one of you, dear students. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your experiences with the students today. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for sharing your experiences with the students today in spite of your busy schedule. Next, we have with us today Ms. Sri Ranjani Kanagwel, Head of Chancery and Second Secretary, Embassy of India, Ashgabat of Turkmenistan, Government of India. Ms. Sri Ranjani is a B.Tech Information Technology graduate from the batch of 2013 who passed out of college with first-class distinction. She then worked as a software engineer at Cisco Systems India Limited. Her keen interest in international relations later drove her into becoming an Indian Foreign Service officer and started working for the Government of India under the Ministry of External Affairs. She is currently posted as the Head of Chancery, Embassy of India in Turkmenistan, where she heads the administration of the embassy, handling the commercial and cultural relations. I now welcome Ms. Sri Ranjani to address the gathering.
Good morning to one and all. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, ma'am. First of all, I would like to thank the college, the managing trustee Gopalakrishnan sir, Principal Prakasam sir, and Chief Guest Chandramouli sir, and the distinguished dignitaries who are present here, alumni, and my dear students. This is a very great opportunity for me to be amongst you, to be able to address the gathering in which I was sitting some years back. Despite all the introduction that they gave me, which sounded very formal, I'm just only some years elder than you. I don't even know whether I have enough experience to be sharing some gyan and knowledge in this August gathering, but I'll try my best. You know, this pandemic which has happened has in fact changed the world upside down. All of you must have experienced it. It would have affected your life in some way or other, different for different people. You might have felt it was a particularly difficult time. It was your school graduation time, and you would have faced some uncertainty, and your parents would have felt the pressure. Where am I going to put my child? And you also would have, some of you would have got what you wanted. Some of you, to be honest, would have not got what you wanted. But trust me, there are people in this world who have faced much more difficulty during this time than you. And you have ended up in a place which is, in fact, going to launch your career. So you must all first feel happy that you're here in spite of the pandemic situation. Even though I would have loved to address you in a physical gathering, as everybody else said, but this pandemic has actually scuttled that. But still, I'm very happy that I have at least got the opportunity to virtually be with you and say some insights on how I navigated this college time. First of all, I would just like to say, as everybody else pointed out, it's a difficulty when you have prolific speakers speaking before you, telling all that needs to be said. So I'll not take much of your time. It's a very, very important phase in your career, which you are entering right now. Even though it feels like this is what you have achieved, this is not the end. This is just the beginning that you're coming into. So use this time very well. To say a little bit about me, I came to this college because it was my father's alma mater. My father actually passed out from PSG and it was actually such a pride for him that I joined the college. For you, there might be different aims why you came here. You must be from different social backgrounds, different schools, different subjects, and different families. But when you enter the college, all of it does not matter. The best thing about educational institution like college is that it teaches you to see everything with a equal mind. It kind of makes all of you feel equal, like friends, like relationship you're going to build and take into your life. That's one point that I would want to emphasize. College is not just a place which is going to give you just education and everything, but it is also the place it's going to give you some lifelong friendships, lifelong relationships. So PSGCT has given me that, and I'm sure it will give you that as well. And you might have different aims in life. Like some of you would want to do a post-graduation after engineering, some of you would want to prepare for a some higher education in some other country. Some of you would maybe want to pursue a government job. Let me tell you, and Bhumeshwar can also vouch for it, government jobs are not all that boring. So if you have the time to pursue it, so you might have different aims, and college is the best place actually to start working towards it. Yeah, I've seen all those, like you, I have also seen all those Tamil movies which show college in an entirely different life. Trust me, engineering colleges are much, much different than all those that is being shown in the movies. To use it to good effect, PSGCT is a wonderful place in that is they have a very, very nurturing ecosystem for you to grow up. Use your resources there, use your teachers. They're very friendly, and it might sound a little pretentious if I use it now after becoming the alumni, but trust me, they are friendly. The only thing that I a little bit regret is not being much more proactive in college. So don't be afraid, voice your questions, voice your doubts, be proactive, take interest in whatever you're doing. If you are continuing your passion from school, then take it into college. It's not just, that's what I'm trying to say, it's not just a place, to just be glued to your books. It's a place where you network, build networks, contacts, which you're going to take into your life. And I'm sure this pandemic actually has taught me, who is in a government, which is just a different genre from normal ecosystem, to actually understand that the networks that you build, the contacts that you take into your life, not just from college, but also important from your college, to help you navigate such situations. So, as you might all have heard, there were so many people who were stuck in foreign countries who couldn't return to our India during this period, and Ministry of External Affairs, of which I'm part of, has been helping them with the mission Vande Bharat to get them back. So when I was working for that, I realized it's not just education and what you learned on paper that's going to help you out to navigate such situations. It's experience. Maybe your friend must have missed a bus during your college days and you helped him get to his home despite that. Things like small things like that, they are like real life examples, of simulations of the situations that you're going to face in your life later on. So be prepared for all that, take everything that comes in your stride, and build good relationships, friendships, networks, including alumni networks. PSG has one of the best alumni networks I've ever seen. They keep in touch with you all the time, and use that, get in touch with people, try to ask them about their experiences, try to learn as much as you can. This phase of life, you're like a sponge, so absorb as much as you can, and grow up in whatever you're doing. And all these knowledge and insights apart, college is also undeniably a place to have a little fun. So do that. Spend, basically it's like spending your time wisely. And life is not just about, as I told before, it's not just about your books, labs, and everything. So go out. The exposure that college gives you, no other place can give you. It's the foundation of what you're going to face in real life. So participate in all the events that are organized by college. Take initiative, you organize them. I don't know, still do we have dramatics, Chartfest, etc., but we had life of a time actually. So it's like, take part in all of this, build teams, because that's what you're going to be doing all your life after you come out of college. So take a small examples, work on it, and then have fun. So I'm sure all the alumni would actually echo the statement. We are all here whenever you want to connect to. So whatever your is, find out somebody who's already in that field, connect with them, and try to build on your interests. Be active in extracurricular activities apart from studies as well. Use this period wisely, and I'm sure you're all going to come up very well in life. As Manisha pointed out, you're all very, very lucky to have been selected to be in this college. Don't throw it away. Your parents must have a lot of dreams for you, and you must be having some as well. Work towards it, and I hope you all have a very enriching college life as well as a professional and a personal life beyond. I don't want to take much of your time, so I'll just say this. Marks are important, but as our networks and contacts. So use this time for that. And as I said before, we're all available for you. Teachers are available for you. Everybody is available for you at all times to help you out, to assist you. And last but not the least, particularly in pandemic time, stay very healthy and very happy, which is most important in life. I don't want to, bore you with more of this. Thank you so much. You can connect to us beyond this, orientation also. Everybody has our contacts. So all the very best to all of you. And I hope to see you all, in some more years addressing such an august gathering in future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful words. We're so glad to have you here with us today.
Thank you.
Next, I welcome Mr. S. Arasendran. Mr. Arasendran is currently a senior manager of product design at Citrix Systems in California, USA. Prior to Citrix, he worked at large enterprises such as EMC, Workday, Infor, and Delta Airlines. He has 2 master's degrees in industrial engineering and software engineering from the USA. At PSGCT, he graduated with a B.E. in production engineering. He was also the chairman of the Students' Union during his college years. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. That was very kind words introducing me. Appreciate it. Dear trustee, principal, chief guest, faculty, my fellow alumni, parents, and last but not the least, students. So good morning to everyone. I'm very happy to be here, and it's an incredible honor to be invited by the college to speak to you all today. When Dr. Natarajan reached out to me a few weeks ago, he mentioned about having a balance between older and younger alumni to speak to you all today. So, which made me wonder, which category do I fit in, older or younger? But so especially going with the color of my hair, I think I'm definitely in the older alumni category. But I think I consider myself very young. At 52, I definitely feel young. And I was thinking one of the reasons I feel young is I still think about college, even though it's been like 3 decades, close to 3 decades. PSGCT is still very fresh in my memory, and I think about it. I talk about it very much to all my friends, and in the Bay Area, we have a lot of reunions, and we still have tech music alumni performing events with us every few years. So I think about it. I talk about it so much that even one of my batchmates who live close to me jokes and teases me a lot that I should just grow up and stop acting like I'm still in college. So I'll take that as a compliment. Today, I know several of you are taking your first step into your much anticipated college life. I'm sure many of you are excited and anxious about what to expect at PSGCT. Like many people mentioned before me, I know it's very strange to attend this orientation over Zoom. And I sincerely hope that you can start attending classes in person and connect with each other. It's definitely those relationships and moments that you will treasure for the rest of your life. When I also received the email invite, there was a mention of distinguished alumni, right? It made me wonder about the word distinguished, what it meant. And I'm looking at my speech, and I did write it down as well, just like Umesh. Like him, I'm comfortable speaking from my heart, but there were some things that I wanted to hit, so it was better for me to write it down. My entire speech is probably not as long as our chief guest's profile, so he's definitely more distinguished than I am. But more importantly, I'm just happy to be here and in the company of all the other alumni, both younger and older than me. If I have one big message for you all today, I ask that with the goal of becoming distinguished engineers in your life when you graduate, you also grow into becoming distinguished humans. how do you measure it? How do you measure whether you're being distinguished? Clearly, you can look back at your exam transcripts. That's one way, and that's an important one. Another way is to go by your placement in global companies and climbing the career ladder, like our chief guest mentioned. But to me, other ways would be to measure whether you're distinguished or simply by your happiness and how you build relationships, how do you build friendships and memories that you will take with you when you graduate from college. I know it was mentioned by the speaker before me. I still follow PSGCT news and updates as much as I can. It's really very heartening for me personally to see that PSGCT students, especially the two alumni that spoke before me, are getting into careers that are not related to engineering, and they are both in public service careers, like Mr. Umesh and Mrs. Sriranjani. Another thing I wanted to mention is I've also talked to some students at PSGCT recently, and I came across Animal Rescue and Rehabilitation Club, and it really made my heart warm. And especially being having a dog at my house and getting very close to my dog, it made me really proud that students at PSGCT now care for animals when they see in the street and have go pick them up and rescue them and take them to organizations. So that really made me very proud. And I'm right now in touch with Priscilla, I think, who's the coordinator, to see how we can help them, help her with the financial needs of the organization. As you start your journey in college, like I mentioned before, relationships are important. Don't just limit your relationships to your immediate classmates and just batchmates. I would say when you're in your first year, look at your seniors, your second year, third year, fourth year seniors, and build those relationships when you're in the first year. Then as you go into second and third years, look behind you, look at your juniors and offer support and offer help to them. So when you graduate college, you just don't have only your classmates or batchmates, but you have friends from 7 years. And that's what I did. When I graduated college, if I look at my Facebook friends now, I probably have more friends from not my batch outside of my batch. So those are the relationships that I have developed over time. And I didn't build those relationships with any intent. And I didn't build them with, when I graduate, I needed to reach out to them to get jobs, or when I'm in need. I genuinely built those relationships, and I cherish those memories that I had with them. Now, speaking of memories, I can talk a little bit about my memories at PSGCT as well. The chief guest talked about technology and things that you may, about your jobs that you may get into in the future. So I seriously hope that one of you will build a time machine. We often see time machines in movies, but I don't think it has become a reality yet. So if you do build a time machine, I hope I'll be the first one that's your guinea pig and I can test it. So if I do ever get a chance, I would absolutely go back to the 4 years at PSGCT, which I still cherish. And I would like to relive those 4 years exactly the way. I wouldn't change anything. I would just relive those 4 years exactly the way I had it, because that's where I really transformed from being a boy to an adult. I want to talk a little bit about NCC, because NCC, National Cadet Corps, shaped who I am today. And when I joined my first year, I was incredibly thankful to my seniors who dragged me, and don't do it these days. It's not allowed anymore in college, but they dragged me and they forced me into Irving NCC. Even though I was a hostler, even though I was not a hostler for the first 3 years, every Saturday I used to love coming from my home in Aarospuram again back to the college on a Saturday. And I thought the only reason I did was the puri that was supplied to us from the canteen. You know, the puri that was soaked in nice masala and packaged in banana leaves. It just sitting there, and the puri that just tastes so good after a few hours of soaking, right? And I thought that was the only reason I joined NCC, but later I realized, no, I really enjoyed being a part of NCC and meeting all the officers who used to travel on a Saturday overnight on a Friday night from Salem to meet us and be with us on a Saturday and give us all the training that we needed. I had the opportunity to go to Vayu Sena camp, which is the national air wing camp in Rajasthan, spend 10 days in there at a camp at a Kota airport. I also went to several pre-Republic Day selection camps across Tamil Nadu. I'm glad that at the first pre-RD camp, I met my wife in Ooty. Now, I know parents are getting a little bit edgy. I'm not suggesting that you join NCC to find your future wife or husband. That's not what I'm suggesting at all, but it's definitely where I made a lot of friends and I had the best experience. So I was a senior cadet under officer. I received my C certificate. I had the opportunity to join Air Force as a commissioned officer on the technical path easily because of my NCC credentials. But at that time, I didn't have anybody to advise me. So later, now thinking back, I regret that I could have joined Air Force for at least the short-term commission of 7 years and then decided what I wanted to do with my life. Especially, now that when I go to the PSG website sometimes and then I see all the latest pictures of students in NCC uniform, and just the uniform alone that looks so good that I feel jealous, and I really want the time machine so I can go back and be in that fantastic NCC uniforms that they have now compared to the days that we were. Similar to NCC, there is NSS, National Service Scheme, and I was a part of it, doing social activities every week. I remember going to the different streets and planting trees and fixing things on the streets. So I was a part of Nature Club. I remember Nature Club giving me an opportunity to go attend the National Youth Camp in Delhi. We stayed in tents. We met students from all over the country. That's where I ran into the famous Tamil speaker. I don't know how many of you know Parveen Sultana. She's a famous Tamil orator now that you see on TV oftentimes. At that time, she was just a student just like me. And I still have the picture that I took with her because even at that time, she was a very unique individual. So we talked for a little while and she came across as a very interesting individual and we took a picture and I still have that picture with me. But I didn't know back then that she would become so popular. Umesh mentioned that he was a chairman, and in my final year, I was the chairman of Students' Union. I was pretty active in Students' Union for the last 3 years, from second year onwards. I worked with a lot of staff advisors like Lakshmikant and Rajagopalan, various committee members, student committee members, got experience allocating budget for clubs. I learned valuable lessons like Umesh, how to navigate difficult situations and how to make compromises in life. I'm extremely thankful to the faculty who supported me in all my extracurricular activities. Like Umesh, I spent many sleepless nights and I walked around the campus like a zombie, working on student union activities. Most of my professors may not have seen me in classes, but they knew exactly where I was. I was in the campus, not in the class, but doing other students' union activities. So I'm very thankful for them to be supportive. One of my favorite moments of Students' Union was when I was the chairman. We lost our managing trustee, Mr. G. Varadarajan, who was also an MP at that time. So we couldn't proceed with Renaissance at that time because it wasn't appropriate to have this big celebration when we lost our trustee. So I was in a unique position where I was the chairman. I had the students all didn't care. They wanted the Renaissance anyway. On another hand, I had the management that's telling me this is not the most appropriate time to celebrate Renaissance. So I was kind of stuck between the students and the management. So, but eventually I did stand by the management because I felt like that was the right thing to do and not have Renaissance. So we waited. So I waited patiently for a couple of months and then made a case to start intrams, which I think is done at a larger scale now in intramural. So we did have some impact. So we started intrams along with my friends Albert and everybody else. We started intrams in a much grander fashion that year, and I'm glad to hear that tradition is continuing. I also played field hockey in college for 2 years, but after 2 years, I just couldn't continue because of me being busy and just students union and other activities. But I was lucky in 2020, I was visiting college and I was fortunate to play on the alumni team. I still play hockey and I played on the alumni team in the tournament that was hosted by PSG and I was lucky also because it was just 1 week before the pandemic hit. And in that week, I played hockey and I was able to get back to US just in time before they shut down everything. So in summary, where I'm going with all these is outside of your classes and labs, I would suggest that you get involved in at least 1 or 2 extracurricular activities and sports. PSGCT, like Mr. Chandramouli mentioned, has various clubs, sports, and other activities like NCC and NSS. I believe Umesh was the best outgoing student in his batch. So there is a name for that award. It's called Kuratalwar Award. It's given to 1 student across the entire batch. So that would be one of you that's attending the orientation. In the final year, you will be selected based on your different activities and performances and your experiences in college. You will be selected as the Kuratalwar of your batch. So I hope as you start your journey at PSGCT, every one of your goals should be not just become the best academic student of PSGCT, but to become the Kuratalwar in your final year. So I would hope that's your goal. I know there are several parents here, so I realize you're all excited and anxious and maybe to some extent nervous about your children leaving your home, right? Especially if they're going to stay in hostel. For the most part, I believe they will all be great students and will have a very positive experience. They will turn out fine, like all my friends did. I'm sure they will experiment things, they'll make some minor mistakes and learn from those mistakes. Just as parents, I request just be there for them and support them. Don't be overly critical of everything. If you just give them the space, they will figure out things for themselves. I really feel that the newer generation, especially this generation, is much more smarter than our generations. So I think they have all the tools and things to figure out what's best and what's the smart thing to do. So that's why I request all of you to support your children to become a well-rounded and not just an academic student, but a well-rounded and more importantly, happy student of the college and also a socially responsible citizen of the country. So with that, I'll close my speech and I wish everyone the best. And thanks to Mr. Natarajan and for everybody else that invited me and coordinated this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You, sir, are truly an inspiration to what a student can accomplish in PSGCT. Thank you, sir. Next, we have with us Mr. Maran Nagarajan, CEO, Car Technologies India. Mr. Maran is a multifaceted business leader and a social cause crusader. He is a proud B.E. production engineering graduate of the batch of 1994. He founded Car Technologies with a group of friends and scaled it to USD 25 million in a decade. He is a stalwart leader par excellence, driving a workforce of 800 plus strong professionals in 10 plus countries on 1,000 plus assignments, and is responsible for the business's development till date. He also serves as a regional council member of NASSCOM. He founded Car Arakattalai, the CSR arm of Car Technologies, which works for the cause of education of underprivileged children across the state. The trust has provided educational scholarships to 8,000 plus students across Tamil Nadu till date. May I now request Maran sir to take the floor and address the gathering.
Good morning to all of you. Am I audible?
Yes, audible.
Thank you. Respected trustee, Mr. Gopalakrishnan, dear principal, Mr. Prakasan, to all the other organizers, distinguished alumni, the HODs, professors, staff, students, and the parents, my warm greetings to all of you. It's a pandemic time. What should have been an electrifying event in the college is unfortunately happening through WebEx and Zoom. What a irony that is. But it's okay. We do the best of what is available to us. With the permission of all the leaders here, I'd like to depart from the tradition and just move to Tamil in addressing rather than in English. I know there are a lot of people here who may not follow Tamil as much as few people. I'm sure there are people from other states. But please excuse me for that, and you can get whatever little I have to say from your friends. I'm sure you can gather that from them. எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். இப்போ நான் எப்படி ஃபீல் பண்றேன்னா, இந்த வடிவேல் மீம் பாஷையில தான் உங்கள்கிட்ட எல்லாம் பேசணும், பிகாஸ் திஸ் இஸ் மீம் ஜெனரேஷன். இந்த வடிவேல் ஒரு படத்துல பிரியாணி சாப்பிட போவார் ராத்திரி நேரம். ஒவ்வொருத்தரா எடுத்து அதை சாப்பிடுவாங்க. கடைசியில் அவர் சாப்பிட போறப்ப அந்த கிண்ணத்துல அப்படி குனிஞ்சு பார்த்தாருன்னா ஒரே ஒரு பருக்க மட்டும் இருக்கும். இப்ப என் உணர்வு அப்படிதான் இருக்கு. எனக்கு முன்னாடி பேசினவங்க எல்லாத்தையும் பேசிட்டாங்க. எனக்கு என்ன பேசுறதுன்னு ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்கு. இதுக்கு மேல பேசுறதுக்கு என்ன இருக்கு? நீங்க ஏற்கனவே 2 மணி நேரமா கேட்டுட்டு இருக்கீங்க. இதுக்கு மேல ஏதாவது பேசினா இறங்கவும் போறது கிடையாது உங்கள்கிட்ட. ஒரு 600 பேர் இருக்கீங்க. யாரா இருந்தாலும் இதுக்கு மேல உங்களால லெக்சர் எடுத்துக்கக்கூடிய சக்தி கிடையாது. ஏற்கனவே ஸ்கூல்ல ஜூம்ல கஷ்டப்பட்டு வந்திருக்கீங்க. So I understand your state of mind. It's very difficult to put anything inside your head at this point. Nevertheless, I'll do my best. எல்லாரும் சொன்னாங்க, முன்னாடி பேசினவங்க வந்து 100வது இடம் பிஎஸ்ஜி, 50வது இடம், 10வது இடம், 5வது இடம்னு நான் சொல்றேன். 100 கிடையாது, 50 கிடையாது, 10 கிடையாது, 5 கிடையாது. It's the number 1. Not because I studied here. Honestly, எனக்கு நான் இங்க காலேஜ்ல சேர்ந்தப்போ 1990, பழைய காலம் மாதிரி தெரியுது. நம்ம அரசேந்திரன் பேசுறப்ப கூட சொன்னாரு, ஓல்டர் அண்ட் யங்கர் மிக்ஸ்ன்னு. அவர் வேணா ஓல்டரா இருந்திருக்கலாம், எனக்கு தெரியல. பட் நான் யங்கர் குரூப் தான். அதாவது 90ல தான் நான் ஜாயின் பண்ணேன். பட் ஐ சி மை செல்ஃப் அஸ் அ யங்கர் பேட்ச்னால தான் நம்மளை கூப்பிட்டுருக்காரு டாக்டர் நடராஜன் நான் நினைச்சுக்கிறேன். நான் அட்லீஸ்ட் லெட் மீ ஹேவ் த ஹாப்பினஸ் ஆஃப் தட். ஸோ அந்த இன்ஃபேக்ட் ஒரு சைடு இன்ஃபர்மேஷன், அரசேந்திரன் வந்து சேர்மன் ஆகிறதுக்கு நானும் ஒரு பங்கு. நான் அவ்வளோ கேம்பெயின் பண்ணியிருக்கேன் அவருக்கு. அவருக்கு ஞாபகம் இருக்கா தெரியல, அப்ப அரசேந்திரன் அவர் இப்ப அரசாயிட்டாரு. பட் அவருடைய சேர்மன்ஷிப்க்கு வந்து நான் I'm part of the campaigning committee அப்பெல்லாம். So it was such a great memories. Anyway, coming back. So Anna University வந்து எனக்கு கிடைச்சது அப்போ 1990ல. பட் வேண்டாம்னு சொல்லிட்டு I took the PSG. ஏன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, ஃபர்ஸ்ட் எனக்கு முதல்ல அண்ணா யூனிவர்சிட்டி வரதுக்கு முன்னாடி எனக்கு பிஎஸ்ஜி அட்மிஷன் வந்துச்சு. வந்து சேர்ந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் ஃபார்ம் ஆன அந்த ஒரு எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ், அந்த குரூப், அந்த ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ், அந்த ஆம்பியன்ஸ், அந்த என்வைரன்மெண்ட், அந்த ஒரு இட்ஸ் ஜஸ்ட் எலக்ட்ரிஃபைங். இட் இஸ் ஜஸ்ட் அவ்வளவு, அது வந்து ஒரு அப்படி ஒரு மெஸ்மரைசிங் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ். அதனால அப்படியே பிஹெச்ல தங்கிட்டாங்க. ஸோ ஐ டிட் நாட் ஈவன் வாண்ட் டு கோ பேக் டு அண்ணா யூனிவர்சிட்டி. அதனால சொல்றேன், டுடே ஈவன் பெட்டர் தேன் த கவர்மெண்ட் காலேஜஸ், better than any of the private colleges, PSG stands number 1 in terms of everything. ஏன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, இட்ஸ் ஜஸ்ட் நாட் தி அகடமிக் எக்ஸலன்ஸ். நீங்க எல்லாரும் வந்து யூஆர் ஆல் எலிட் கிரவுட். இன்னைக்கு பிஎஸ்ஜியில் உங்களுக்கு அட்மிஷன் கிடைச்சிருந்தா யூஆர் பெஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த பெஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த பெஸ்ட். ஸோ தெர் இஸ் நோ செகண்ட் தாட் அபவுட் இட். You are already the best. So you are in the best of the institution. So academics will be taken care. அதெல்லாம் ஒரு பெரிய விஷயம் கிடையாது. நீங்க எல்லாம் படிச்சு நல்லா மேல வந்துருவீங்கன்றது மாற்றுக்கிறது கிடையாது. நீங்க நல்லா படிங்கன்னு சொல்றதுக்கெல்லாம் வந்து வேலையும் இல்லை. You guys will do good. No doubt about it. பெஸ்ட் பார்ட் ஆஃப் பிஎஸ்ஜி என்னன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா தேர் ஜஸ்ட் நாட் ஒன்லி ஃபோக்கஸ்ட் ஆன் தி அகடமிக்ஸ், அதாவது ஒரு 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 எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம் லிபரேட், அதாவது ஃப்ரீடமோட ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டுக்கு ஒரு கவர்னன்ஸும் கண்ட்ரோலுமே இல்லாத மாதிரி ஒரு ஃப்ரீடமும் இருக்காது, பயங்கரமா போட்டு அழுத்துற மாதிரி ஒரு அழுத்தமும் இருக்காது. ஸோ இட்ஸ் அ பர்ஃபெக்ட் பேலன்ஸ். இட் அலவுஸ் யூ டு எக்ஸ்ப்ளோர் த பெஸ்ட் ஆஃப் யுவர் செல்ஃப். உங்க ஃப்ரீடத்தை அருமையா என்ஜாய் பண்ண முடியும். அதே சமயத்துல நீங்க உங்களோட பொட்டென்ஷியல் எக்ஸ்ப்ளோர் பண்ணணும்னா அது எல்லாத்துக்கான வாய்ப்பையும் கொடுப்பாங்க, அதுக்கு எல்லாத்துக்கான ஒரு இதுவும் இருக்கும். அது ஒரு ஃபைன் லைன், உங்களை தாண்டவும் விட மாட்டாங்க. ஸோ அது மாதிரி கரெக்டா அதை ஒரு ஒரு பர்ஃபெக்ட் லைன்ல உங்களை கொண்டு போறது தான் வந்து தி கிரேட்னஸ் ஆஃப் பிஎஸ்ஜி. தட் இஸ் வாட் ஐ அட்மையர்ட் அபவுட் தெம். பின்னாடி நினைச்சு பாக்குறப்போ அப்படி ஒரு ஃப்ரீடத்தோட அப்படி ஒரு 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 கவர்னன்ஸும் ஒரு டிசிப்ளினுமே இருந்தது. ஒரு இட்ஸ் மிக்ஸ்ட், பர்ஃபெக்ட் மிக்ஸ் அது. ஸோ ஐ வெரி ஹாப்பி அபவுட் தட். ஸோ அதனால பெஸ்ட் இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் அந்த வகையில. நீங்க அந்த எனக்கு முன்னாடி இந்த 2 பேருமே சொன்னாங்க, உமேஷும் சரி அரசேந்திரனும் சரி, அந்த ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் யூனியனுடைய அந்த இதை பத்தி. அந்த எலெக்ஷன்கள்லாம் வந்து மிகப்பெரிய திருவிழா மாதிரி இருக்கும். நீங்க தயவு செய்து அதெல்லாம் மிஸ் பண்ணிடாதீங்க. யூ ஹாவ் டு மேக் ஷூர் தட் யூ ஆர் பார்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் தட் games, whether it is intramurals, whether it is clubs, whether it is NCC, whether it is nature club, whether it is Tamil Mandram, English club, debate club, production mechanical, ஆயிரக்கணக்கில் ஆப்ஷன்ஸ் இருக்கும். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் நான் இது எல்லாத்துக்கும் எதுக்காக ஈர்க்கப்பட்டு போனேன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, அந்த எப்படி என்சிசிக்கு பூரி கொடுப்பாங்களோ அதே மாதிரி எல்லா கிளப்லயும் போனீங்கன்னா ஒரு மீட்டிங் ஆர்கனைஸ் பண்ணா சாயங்காலம் வடை போண்டா பஜ்ஜி இதெல்லாம் இருக்கும். ஸோ வி வர் சோ கியூரியஸ் டு இட். அப்போ வந்து நான் என் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸை கூப்பிடுறதே அந்த மீட்டிங்ஸ்க்கு இப்படி தான் கூப்பிடுவேன். இன்னைக்கு ஸ்நாக்ஸ் இருக்குடா, எஸ்கேசி இருக்குங்க, ஸ்வீட் கார்ன் காஃபி யூஸ் டு கால் இட். ஸோ எஸ்கேசி இருக்குன்னா அவ்வளோதான், அது ஒரு 50 பேர் வருவாங்க. ஸோ தட் இஸ் ஹவ் த இனிஷியல் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் ஹேப்பன். ஸோ நீங்க வந்து ஆர்வத்தினால போனாலும் சரி, வெறும் எஸ்கேசிக்காக போனாலும் சரி, தயவு செய்து போங்க. ஸோ ஜஸ்ட் பார்ட்டிசிபேட், பி பார்ட் ஆஃப் த ஃப்ளோ, பி ஆக்டிவ்லி பார்ட் ஆஃப் த ஃப்ளோ. இன்னைக்கு வந்து we have started a car technologies ஒரு கம்பெனி ஒரு 10-15 வருஷம் முன்னாடி ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி, யாரோட ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணேன்னா with all the people whom I was friends in PSG. அன்னைக்கு பிஎஸ்ஜில என்னோட உறவான அந்த நட்புகள் தான் இன்னைக்கு வரைக்கும் என்னோட பயணிக்கிறாங்க. So today 4 founders are there for car technologies. Today we are the largest SAP consulting company in the world. முன்னாடி இன்ட்ரோடக்ஷன்ல சொன்னாங்க கிட்டத்தட்ட 1000 பேர். We are in the way of becoming even larger and getting into the public listing இன்னும் கொஞ்ச நாள்ல போக போறோம். ஸோ அந்த பயணத்துல இருக்கிறோம். ஆனா இன்னைக்கும் நாங்க வந்து we feel so young. It is because I still travel with my friends that I made in the college. என்னோட ஃபவுண்டர்ஸ் அண்ட் பார்ட்னர்ஸ் யாருன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா all my classmates and college mates in PSGCT. ஸோ இது எதுக்காக நான் சொல்றேன்னா, நட்பு, ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஷிப், காலேஜ் காலத்துல உங்களுக்கு கிடைக்கிற மாதிரி ஒரு நட்பு வேற எந்த டயத்துலயும் கிடைக்காது. இட்ஸ் அப்சல்யூட்லி அன்எக்ஸ்பெக்டட். அதாவது ஒரு எதிர்பார்ப்புகளே இல்லாம உருவாகிற ஒரு நட்பு. அப்படி ஒரு ஆத்மார்த்தமான அந்த நட்பு வந்து உங்களுக்கு வெளியில எங்கேயுமே கிடைக்காது. ஏன்னா எல்லாமே எக்ஸ்பெக்டேஷன் பேஸ்ட் தான். ஒன்ஸ் காலேஜ் விட்டு வெளியில வந்தீங்கன்னா வாட் இஸ் இட் ஃபார் யூ, எனக்கு என்ன உனக்கு என்ன, உனக்காக வாட் ஆர் யூ கோயிங் டு டு ஃபார் மீ, வாட் ஆம் ஐ கோயிங் டு டு ஃபார் யூ, இந்த ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் தான் இருக்கும். பட் வாட் த ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் which gets formed in the college is what is எந்த எதிர்பார்ப்புமே இல்லாம உருவாகிற நட்பு. அதனால invest your entire time in just 2 things, as I said: நட்பு, relationship, friendship. Build strong friendship. அவர் யாரா சொன்ன மாதிரி உங்க பேட்ச்ல மட்டும் இல்ல, எல்லா பேட்ச்லயும் எல்லாரும் கூட நல்லா பழகுங்க, நட்பை உருவாக்கிக்கோங்க. உங்க வாழ்க்கை பூரா இதான் நிற்கும். 2வது லீடர்ஷிப், தலைமை பண்பு. நம்மளுடைய கிளப்ஸ்க்கெல்லாம் போகணும்னு சொன்ன மாதிரி எல்லாத்துலயும் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணுங்க. உங்களுடைய அந்த தலைமை பண்புகளை வளர்த்துக்கோங்க, லீடர்ஷிப். இதுல நிறைய பேர் பாத்தீங்கன்னா சிட்டில இருந்து வந்திருப்பீங்க. பல பேர் வந்து சிட்டில இல்லாம tier 2 cities, tier 3 cities, tier nth level சிட்டில இருந்து வந்திருப்பீங்க, இல்ல கிராமத்துல இருந்து கூட வந்திருப்பீங்க. ஜஸ்ட் டு ஷேர் வித் யூ, நான் வந்து என்னோட சொந்த ஊர் திண்டுக்கல். முதல்ல காலேஜ்குள்ள வந்தப்போ இட் வாஸ் எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம்லி இன்டிமிடேட்டிங். அப்படியே பயமா இருக்கும். எங்க பார்த்தாலும் அப்படியே யாரோ நம்மளை போட்டு, ஏன்னா ஒரு 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 இறுக்கம் இருக்கும். எல்லாரும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா அந்த சென்னையில இருந்து வர மக்களா இருக்கட்டும், கோயம்புத்தூர்ல இருந்து வர மக்களா இருக்கட்டும், இல்ல ப்ரொஃபசர்ஸா இருக்கட்டும், ஈவெண்ட்ஸா இருக்கட்டும், எல்லாமே இங்கிலீஷ்ல நடக்கும். அதுவே பயங்கர இன்டிமிடேட்டிங்கா இருக்கும் ஆரம்பத்துல. ஆனா மெதுவா when you persist, sky's the limit. நீங்க அந்த 4 வருஷத்துல உங்களை வேற லெவல்ல கொண்டு போய் காலேஜ். ஜஸ்ட் பி ஓப்பன் மைண்டட், இட் வில் ஹேப்பன் ஃபார் யூ. அதனால முடிக்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி ரொம்ப டைம் கிடையாது. இதுக்கு மேல நான் கண்டினியூ பண்ணேன்னா கட் பண்ணிடுவாங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன் மைக்க. இருந்தாலும் லாஸ்ட்ல முடிக்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி ஒரு சின்ன மெசேஜ். டுடே அதாவது எனக்கு முன்னாடி பேசின 2 பேருமே சொன்னாங்க how you can excel in the social sphere. இன்னைக்கு ஒரு 2 ஐஏஎஸ் ஆஃபீஸரா இருக்காங்க, ஒரு கவர்மெண்டல் ஆஃபீஸர்ஸா இருக்காங்க, நம்ம அரசு வந்து கார்ப்பரேட் செக்டர்ல மேல இருக்காங்க. இந்த டைரக்ஷன்ல பயணிக்கிறத தாண்டி I also request you to think about your eyes and ears open for entrepreneurship. இன்னைக்கு உலகத்துல வந்து உலகன்றத விட இந்தியால முக்கியமா அந்த ஸ்டார்ட் அப் ஈகோ சிஸ்டம்ங்கிறது பயங்கர ஒரு உச்சத்துல இருக்கு. The social transformation தமிழ்நாட்டுல வந்து எப்படி ஒரு படிப்புலையும் ஒரு ஹெல்த் கேர்லையும் ஒரு சோஷியல் ஜஸ்டிஸ்லயும் நிறைய மாற்றங்கள் நிகழ்ந்திருக்கோ, அதை தாண்டி அடுத்த கட்டத்துக்கு தமிழ்நாடு நகரணும்னாலே, இந்தியா நகரணும்னாலே தொழில், ஆண்டர்பிரினர்ஷிப், பிசினஸ், எக்கனாமிக் ஆக்டிவிட்டி, இதுதான் அடுத்த லெவல் ஆஃப் உச்சத்தை கொண்டு போய் கொடுக்க போகுது. ஸோ இந்த ஒரு அபரிமிதமான வளர்ச்சி அடுத்த 10 ஆண்டுகள் நிகழப்போகுது. நீங்க வெளியில வந்ததுல இருந்து வேலை பார்க்கணுங்கிற ஒரு நோக்கத்தை வச்சுக்கிட்டாலும், அதை தாண்டி ஒரு தொழில் முனைவோரா நீங்க வரணும்னா, நீங்க ஒரு ஆண்டர்பிரினரா வரணும்னு சொன்னா, there are thousands of opportunities and thousands of possibilities in this world. 20 வருஷம் முன்னாடி இல்லாத விஷயங்கள் கூட இன்னைக்கு வந்து பாசிபிளா இருக்கு. ஒரு ஐடியா மட்டும் இருந்தா போதும், அதுக்கு உழைக்க நீங்க ரெடியா இருந்தா போதும், பணம், வாய்ப்புகள் எல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு வந்து சேரும். அப்படிப்பட்ட உலகத்துல நீங்க வரீங்க. So if you have the slightest idea of becoming an entrepreneur, please keep it, nurture it, grow it, and make sure that you become an entrepreneur, and the rest will be taken care by the environment. Rest will be taken care by this society. இன்னைக்கு என்ன அவ்வளவு வாய்ப்புகள் இருக்கு, அவ்வளவு என்கரேஜ்மெண்ட் இருக்கு, அவ்வளவு ஃபண்டிங் இருக்கு, அவ்வளவு மென்டர்ஷிப் இருக்கு, அவ்வளவு என்கரேஜ்மெண்ட் இருக்கு. So you just have to have that idea, and you just have to have that mindset to work hard for it. அவ்வளவுதான். Rest will be taken care. So அப்படி ஒரு வாழ்க்கையில, அப்படி ஒரு தருணத்துல நீங்க எல்லாரும் இருக்கிறீங்க. So make use of this and keep the inquisitiveness on. ஒரு இயக்கத்தை வச்சுக்கோங்க, drive. You always need to have the drive within you. அந்த பா விஜயனுடைய ஒரு உமேஷ் முத்துக்குமார் சொன்னாரு, நான் ஒரு பா விஜயோட உதாரணம் எடுக்கிறேன், ஏன்னா குரல்லாம் எடுத்தோன்னா யாரும் ஒத்துக்க மாட்டீங்க. அதனால பா விஜயோட ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு கவிதை, சுற்றும் வரை பூமி, சுடும் வரை நெருப்பு, போராடும் வரை மனிதன், நீ மனிதன். which means keep that drive. அந்த ஒரு போராட்ட குணத்தை வச்சுக்கோங்க, அந்த ஒரு இயக்கத்தை வச்சுக்கோங்க, அந்த உணர்ச்சி புழம்பா இருக்கணும் அப்படிங்கறத நினைவுல வச்சுக்கோங்க. With this, if you just travel, the world is anything you wish to get done in this world, you can get done. வாழ்த்துக்கள். I wish every single student of you to have a great life, fantastic life. என்ன கனவு காண்கிறீங்களோ அந்த கனவு உங்களுக்கு நனவாகிறதுக்கு ஒரு வாழ்த்துக்களை சொல்லி நான் முடிச்சுக்கிறேன். It's absolutely a pleasure for me to be connecting with all of you. I'm so happy to see Aras on the call, and thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us with your words. Up next, we have Ms. M. Lavanya from Microsoft India Private Limited. Ms. Lavanya is an established and passionate engineer from Computer Science Engineering Department of the batch of 2015. She joined as an intern with NetApp in her final semester and joined full-time as a big data engineer at NetApp. She currently worked at NetApp for 6 years and joined Microsoft in April 2021. Currently, she is working for Microsoft Azure, Bangalore. Last month, she was awarded the Best Women Coder in India by winning Technodiva, India's largest hackathon for women conducted by Monster India, with 23,000 coders participating in this event. The floor is all yours, ma'am.
Thank you. I hope I'm audible.
Yes,
Am I
ma'am.
audible?
You are audible. Yes, audible.
Yeah. Thank you very much. A very good morning to one and all present here. It's both an honor and a privilege to be here in front of the acclaimed guests, respected managing trustee, sir, respected principal, professors, and addressing the students entering this esteemed institution. First of all, I would like to extend my hearty congratulations to each and every one of you, the incoming first years, in the middle of a pandemic, for having made it to PSG College of Technology, one of the best colleges in the country. It takes a lot of preparation, self-discipline, fighting spirit, and courage to achieve this when the entire world is going through a crisis. And for that, I admire and applaud all of you. 10 years back, like each of you, when I was entering my first year, I was extremely excited and nervous. Reflecting on the whole experience now, I couldn't be more grateful for the 4 years that formed the backbone of my entire career. I hope you will all discover what I had discovered in my 4 years of engineering. You have entered a challenging, diverse, skillful community at PSG Tech. It is with hopes and aspirations, dreams and ambitions that you are here this morning. Everything is new for you, new place, new professors, friends, etc. But there's one thing that you should note. You have entered an institution that towers tall and has stood here spreading knowledge for decades. Give your best from day one, and PSG Tech will provide you with amazing placement opportunities. You have come to a place which has rich tradition, the one that enriched many students like me before and after. The name PSG College of Technology that stands out and opens new doors of opportunities wherever you go, even years after graduating this prestigious institution. When I joined PSG Tech as a first year student, I didn't know the kind of career I wanted to build for myself. I come from a very humble background. I was new to coding. I was new to computer science. I didn't have a computer before I joined engineering. PSG was everything to me. It was my second home. The guidance of my professors, the exceptional teaching methods, the world-class facilities that is there at PSG, and a supportive alumni network form the basis of the engineer that I am now. I'm eternally grateful for the ticket that PSG has provided me to the outside world that stands valid even after 6 years of graduation, that I'm recognized wherever I go by my college. It is with that confidence that I stand here before all of you, sure of the wonderful journey you're about to take for the next few years that will be instrumental in your growth, both personally and professionally. As you set out on the incredible journey that will help you to shape the thinkers, workers, citizens, and different makers you are destined to be, I'd like to leave you with one piece of advice that greatly helped me in my engineering days. Network. Learn from your professors. Opt to be mentored by them. Communicate with your peers. Reach out and have discussions with the alumni. Look for critical feedback and build a supportive network that you can rely on. And I cannot be more positive that PSG will provide you with ample opportunities for it. I'd like to thank the institution for providing me this opportunity. I don't want to take more of your time. I'm extremely honored to be back here to speak about the college that is very close to my heart. I'd like to conclude by saying the world needs dreamers, people who think of crazy ideas. The world needs doers, people who can execute them. But most of all, what the world needs are dreamers who do. I'm certain PSG Tech will provide the platform for all of you to become dreamers who do. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mom, for sharing your experiences with the students. Finally, as part of our amazing alumni roster, we have Ms. Niveta Ramkumar, Control Specialist at Wells Enterprise, USA. Ms. Niveta is a proud alumni of the Robotics and Automation Engineering Department of PSG Tech and graduated in the year 2015. She then proceeded to do her master's in electrical and computer engineering at the University of New Hampshire with a research focus on human-computer interaction, specifically on augmented reality. She also holds a grad certification in ubiquitous IoT computing. In the Wells Enterprises, she led the machine designing and human safety design teams. Furthermore, she's working on understanding the cognitive load of using augmented reality devices like HoloLens through a grant which is collaborative work with Dartmouth College and Wellesley College, USA. We're so delighted to have you here, Ma'am. The floor is all yours.
Thank you for the very kind introduction. It's an absolute honor to talk to you all today. Before I get started, I would like to thank our dear trustee, our principal, Dr. Natarajan sir, Dr. Renuka, and all the other distinguished guests for having me here. Interestingly, I was in the orientation when our fellow alumni, Mr. Umesh, was the chairperson of Students' Union. Hearty congratulations to all the students and the parents. You are here for a reason, to study, to gain knowledge, and to become the engineers of tomorrow. I'm not going to say anything different, but these years are going to be the foundation of your life. You are in the best place to start your academic journey. Regardless of where you have started or what background we are from, everything on from now is at your reach. PSG provides you the opportunity to grow as an individual holistically. During your college years, I would highly recommend taking as many responsibilities as possible because from the beginning, I volunteered in so many extracurricular activities like the others, and I was also the women college secretary. This helped me to gain perspective about time management and people management. It also gave me immense confidence to move across the world and pursue my further studies. This is the time for you to discover your passion and the person you want to be, and PSG Tech has so much to offer. Like others said, if you have a startup idea, you have so many people to help you out. There is something called STEP or E-Club that's gonna help you nurture your idea and take it to the next level. If you're interested in dance or music, you have the Dramatics Club. If you're interested in sports, we have a very huge basketball court, and we also have a super big ground where you can play any sports. And in our college, if it comes to placement, you get the best team from the placement cell to help you out. And from my personal experience, as long as you do your part right, placement could be a breeze. I guess everybody has covered everything that I wanted to talk about today. The only two things that I want to specifically mention is like to keep you updated on the ever-changing technologies. I would highly recommend you to use social media like Twitter or Instagram. Follow pages of the companies that are pioneer in your field so that you get updates on what actually going on in the outside world. I find this really useful. And also the other thing that I want to specifically mention is watch out for various technical and non-technical symposiums in our college and outside spaces. It gives you a lot of opportunity to apply the things that you have learned and translate these subject learnings into knowledge. And the other thing that I also want to point out, given that you guys are going to be freshers, there might be like a couple of courses like economics or English. So I wondered why am I even learning these? But trust me, in the real world, the engineering is not just about your technical knowledge. To excel, the technical skills are of paramount importance, but also you need to know the other aspects of the trade. And I take this opportunity to thank Professor Ravi of Economics Department for introducing me to the economic aspects of engineering. I'm just going to keep it short. And the only other thing that I want to mention is not all the subjects is going to be of your strength. When you think you need help, please feel free to ask for it. And in similar ways, if you see if any one of your fellow classmates is struggling with any subjects, please offer help. I don't know, is there any other better way to master a subject other than teaching your fellow classmates? And I guess everybody has covered everything and I don't want to keep you more. So finally, don't forget to have fun and make as many friends as possible. It is very critical to have a good support system during your college days because it molds the person who you're gonna be. And if you're gonna be if you're gonna be in the hostel, I assure you, you're gonna find a new home. And don't worry about food. I've stayed went to different colleges. I always liked our college food, so don't worry about that part. And once again, congratulations, guys. You have worked very hard to get here and make sure you leverage everything that PSG Tech has to offer. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. You are truly a motivation for us youngsters. People buy into the leader before they buy into the vision. Leading this year's Students' Union is Mr. Nandakumar, final year of B.E. Biomedical Engineering. I now cardinally invite the Student Union chairperson to address the audience.
Welcome to one and all gathered here. I'm Nanda Kumar, Chairperson of Students' Union, PSG College of Technology for the academic year 2021-22. They say a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So I heartily congratulate and welcome you all to the orientation program of first year B.E. B.Tech. Let me introduce the office bearers who will be heading the Students' Union forward with me. Co-chairman Mr. P. Sri Saira, final year B.E. Sandwich Mechanical, Secretary-man Mr. S. Kumaresh, pre-final year B.E. CSE, Secretary Women Ms. Suresh Kumar Shankirti, pre-final year B.E. ECE, and Secretary Science Ms. D. Elilarasi, third year MSFDM. Being the main representative body of the students, Students' Union is of epitome importance in maintaining a healthy relationship between all the student activities and the administration. Students' Union strives to provide opportunities for the students to forge and scale up their technical skills and knowledge through various affiliated associations. We pledge to support you all in every step of the way at PSG Tech. Our university is one of a kind, Not only does it train in academic excellence, but also for involving students in its 26 clubs, 39 associations, and 9 chapters to bring to light the best in each one of you. We have Nation Service Scheme to teach the importance of giving back to the community, and Nation Cadet Corps to provide exposure to a wide range of activities with a distinguished emphasis on social services, discipline, and adventure training. Not me, but you, underlines that the welfare of an individual is ultimately dependent on the welfare of the society as a whole. Students' Union is responsible for conducting the most significant annual events in our college, our cultural fest Intrams, which presents a platform to express various talents through games and contests. The second event, Kriya, is to awaken your techie-savvy side with daring and mind-bending competitions. It is the biggest conflict of wit among students from various departments of various colleges for a thoroughly enriching experience. Students' Union is a major advocate in organizing social, cultural, and literacy activities ranging from debates to campaigns. We believe that every student must be heard and should have an ample environment to develop a sense of responsibility, improve self-confidence, and learn new skills which will support them over time. Apart from this, we also organize regular meetings to address grievances of the students. In today's world, everything is a hustle. Every individual who strives to prove their talents to the world meets various hurdles and hindrances. Therefore, this year, the Students' Welfare Committee has been created to ensure that the students of PSG are given hope and a platform to showcase themselves. We are here to get rid of the iota of doubt in every student's mind and bring out the best versions of them. The main objective of the Students' Welfare Committee is to identify and encourage creative talents, inculcate the spirit of discipline, leadership, social awareness, and promote physical and mental development among students. The Students' Welfare Committee plays a variety of roles, which include staging competitions based on creativity, cultural literacy, sports, and general awareness, conducting seminars on topics of local, national, and international interest, organizing symposia and social welfare activities. The comfort and ease of the learning process are given utmost priority, and hence prime focus will be given on providing instant, effective, and appropriate solutions to hindrances faced by students, such as educational difficulties and even language barriers. Academic and personal grievances shared by all students will be addressed in an unbiased and efficient manner. We will definitely work towards resolving every student's grievances. Once again, I welcome you all and thank each one of you for joining us virtually and hope to move towards a bright and prosperous future. I would like to end my speech with a quote: welcome the challenges, look for the opportunities in every situation to learn and grow in wisdom. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nandakumar, for your speech, and I do hope that the students get inspired by you and your team this year. With that being said, we now come to the end of the first year BE B.Tech orientation program. On behalf of PSG College of Technology, I take this opportunity to extend my gratitude to all our speakers and guests of the day. I express my sincere thanks to our Managing Trustee, Sri L. Gopalakrishnan, under whose tenure our institution has seen enormous success and reached scaling heights. I thank our respected principal in charge, Dr. K. Prakashan, a great scholar with a vision who not only motivates young minds, but also puts in his 200% for the development of PSG Tech. Thank you, sir.
I would also like to express my heartfelt gratitude to the chief guest of the day, Mr. A.M. Chandramouli, for gracing this occasion amidst his busy schedule with his rich knowledge and experience. Thank you, sir. I thank all of our special alumni invitees, Mr. Ramesh, Mr. Maran, Ms. Naveta, Ms. Sri Ranjani, Mr. Arasendran, and Ms. Lavanya for guiding the freshers with their wisdom to compete in today's competitive world. I now extend my gratitude to the academic advisor and chief financial officer of PSG institutions. I extend my gratitude to all deans, associate deans, heads of departments, faculty members for their guidance and support. I thank the placement section for hosting this event in the online mode. I extend my thanks to the faculty of the academic section, accounts section, and network maintenance cell for their support in conducting this event. I thank our Dynamic Students Union chairperson, Mr. Nandakumar, and wish his SU team the very best in all their endeavors. Finally, I would like to thank all parents and students without whom the event wouldn't have been possible today. Well begun is half done. Keeping this proverb in mind, I wish all the incoming batch of freshers the best of luck for an amazing college experience. I now request everyone to rise for the national anthem. Once again, I thank everyone for making this B.E. B.Tech orientation program for first-year students a grand success. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Good. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you also.
Yeah. Any instruction to anybody, departments will take care now. That's how it will be. Is it not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They will be having the induction program from Monday, which departments and the program coordinators and tutors
So
will
the
take
tutors will be in touch with them.
Yes, sir.
Thank you then. Then we can leave the meeting, conclude.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you all. Thank you all students and the